Yeah. OnChain Revolution, you're not bullish enough. OnChain Revolution, you're not bullish enough. Every day we steady looking at the market, and we gon' tell you how to get started. Chain abstraction, fear and greed index, always looking at price action. Roll call in advance, you don't even gotta mention. Swap it in the decks, you're not bullish enough. Trade it in the segs, you ain't trenching enough. We do that market recap. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to rehab. Shizzy and Jago beat. OnChain Revolution, network in the art. Every day we go live, baby, you know where we are. We mention all the networks and the crypto. Need some more liquidity. Flipping and trading is the recipe. Too many protocols to count. I get high and I'm never coming down. Number go up, then I'ma say peace. Yeah, you thought that I was gonna leave. Yeah, we just getting started, man. OnChain Revolution. Every day. Bring the beat back. Eyes everywhere, gotta be careful with volatile meme coins. You can get some bread if you round trip it, then you gon' regret. All this information in my head. BYOR, touch grass instead. Nobody really knows how it's gon' end up today. Somebody gotta tell you what's happening today. I don't let the money change me no way. OnChain Revolution, here to stay. Yeah, say I'm Sage, man. Voodoo 2 on the way. Yeah, Nicky's. Yeah, OnChain Revolution. OnChain. Hey, OnChain Revolution. Bitcoin not an illusion. Market recap, then I do a roll call. You're not bullish in the vocal. Look at the price action, yeah, send it to the deck, sell it through the stack. Ordinal's the best. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to read. If you end up bearish, gotta put the knee pad. Let me see the comments. Look at the fear and greed index. Bridge, look at the chart.
Welcome back to OnChain Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin and crypto ecosystems. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live on the OnChain Hour, and today is April 1st. What does that mean? That means March is over. That means Q1 is over. That means we can start fresh. We can start thinking about this quarter in a way of restart, right? Because the Trump pump turned into a Trump dump. The tariffs are coming tomorrow. The big bad wolf is kind of already baked in. We can kind of get that behind us. We can kind of start pushing to a new era of crypto, a new era of this Trump administration that's actually really bullish. Everything that Trump has done for crypto, at least, has been really bullish, but we're not seeing any price action because of what he's doing to the macro, right? Macro controls crypto. We've known that for a long time, and we've known that at least since 2022, right? Where we got smacked in our face by the macro, what was going on and with the war and, the interest rates and stuff like that. So I think we're pretty used to that, but now it's time for crypto to kind of take its charge. It's time for crypto to kind of push in a different direction than everything else. I truly believe that, and I truly believe we're here. We are here because a lot of reasons, right? And I guess the main reason why most people are here is to be a part of something new, be a part of the new generation of wealth, being part of the new generation of innovation. And that's what crypto is. And really excited for this quarter, really excited for this year, and really excited to be with you guys each and every day. So without further ado, let's bring my partner here. As always, Mr. Iago B. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, man? You feel fresh? You feel different today?
I do. I feel like it's a new month. I'm glad to get out of March, and honestly, it could have been worse. Looking back, honestly, it could have been worse, and we still have a little bit to get through. Obviously, tomorrow's a big day with the reciprocal tariffs, but like you mentioned, that I think we all feel like that's been baked in. We got some really good catalysts with the M2 money supply. I mean, you can't deny the way you align those charts next to each other and just how they follow. Bitcoin follows the M2 supply. Actually is a little bit higher. So I think it's going to be an exciting next couple of weeks. After tomorrow, the psychological hurdle will be kind of, in my opinion, jumped and passed and forward looking.
Yeah, I still think this is, a 10-week bull run that kind of leads us into June. Maybe I was a little too early on my call. Maybe it starts this week, but I truly believe that April and May are gonna be really bullish. I'm even thinking now, maybe the first couple weeks of June. I'm really thinking that we're gonna see some time. Guys, we've never had this much beaten out of us and not had at least a few punches. Like the crypto is like Rocky, right? They get punched in the face, right? You keep getting killed, and then eventually you're like, all right, it's time to turn it on. They're tired. They're tired of hitting us. Now we can come through and Homer Simpson and shit, right? Give them that one punch and get that win. So but today is April 1st. April 1st is fun. It's play pranks on people. It's exciting. So I want the spice to show up a little differently today. And I want to play a game called Two Falses and One True. I'm going to give you 3 statements, A, B, and C. You're going to tell me what statement is true. Remember, 2 are false, 1 is true. So I'll actually show them so you can read them yourself. So this is the first one here. MasterCard is building a blockchain-powered payment network targeting banks and consumers for seamless fiat to crypto transactions. That's A. Or B, Tesla is building a blockchain-powered payment network targeting banks and consumers for seamless fiat to crypto transactions. Or C, GameStop is building a blockchain-powered payment network targeting banks, consumers for seamless fiat crypto transactions. Which one? A, B, or C?
So, like, I wish you would have gave me the one that you gave Fonzie the free one, because there was like a crazy.
I got 10 for you, so you're gonna get some.
My God, 10 of them.
Yeah.
So I think it's either A or C, but I'm gonna pick A as the truth. I'm probably wrong.
Yep, got it right. A. Good job.
Okay.
Good job. All right, number 2. About 60.1 million Americans are behind on their Blockbuster video returns, highest in 20 years. B, about 6.1 million Americans are behind on their mortgage, highest in 20 years. Or C, 12.1 million Americans are behind on their credit card payments, highest in 20 years. Which one? Blockbuster payments, mortgage, or credit cards?
Oh man. Okay, so. Ooh, this one's tough. This one's tough, man. But
I was thinking Blockbuster, but
I'm gonna go with B, but I'm probably wrong.
All right, 2 for 2. Good job.
Hey, look at that.
All right, so NASDAQ files with the SEC to list and trade shares of A, Shiba, B, Monero, or C, Avalanche.
C.
Yep, 3 for 3. I threw some easy ones in there. There's some easy ones for you. So, all right. So, A, which one of these is true? A, BlackRock files for a Chainlink spot ETF. Fidelity files for a Polkadot futures ETF. Or C, Franklin Templeton files for a Bitcoin ETF. A, B, or C?
A?
No, it is C.
I thought that was old news. Interesting.
Well, I don't know. It was stuff I was going through, but yeah. Apparently Franklin Templeton just did their Bitcoin ETF.
Interesting.
So, yeah. All right. Which one is true? Elon Musk renamed Dogecoin to Dogex to make it sound more intergalactic. Someone paid $250K in gas fees by mistake trying to mint a free NFT. Or C, an AI bot accidentally burned 10% of Tether's supply in a smart contract error.
B.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Number 7. A guy tattooed his wallet seed phrase on his back, but misspelled mnemonic. I don't know. Or B, a DAO voted to spend $40,000 on life-size bronze statue of a Shiba Inu. C, Satoshi Nakamoto revealed himself and said he's been living in the cave in Iceland.
I think it's B.
Yep, 7 is B. Yep. All right. Good. Yeah. I mean, I don't think a guy would do that.
I know, that'd be really stupid.
All right. 8. A layer 2 project launched on Bitcoin called itself 40 Kardashians. B. A trader sold an NFT for 0.01 of a dollar by accident, thinking it was a screenshot. Or C, CZ announced Binance would be accepting hugs as collateral.
So I know this one because this was the test one, but B.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So now these two are kind of hard. Yeah, they
Okay.
sump me.
All right.
So
All right.
Satoshi hid 1 Bitcoin in a 2010 tweets hash. B, XRP's ledger was hacked, faking 10 billion coins in 2015. Or C, Chainlink's founder burned 50% of the link supply in 2017. Which one of these are true?
B.
No, it was actually C.
Oh, okay. Damn. He
Yeah,
burned. I didn't
I was
know that.
hoping it was B. Yeah, I actually guessed B on that one too when I was I used AI to obviously make these. So, all right, number 10. Ethereum's gas fees once hit 1 ETH per transaction in 2021. B, a 2018 bug in Stellar erased 2 billion XLM overnight. Or C, Solana's 2022 outage lasted 17 hours due to a bot storm. Which one of these are true?
A.
No, it's actually
B?
C.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just remember those high gas fees, man. Like
yeah.
I don't even, I'm embarrassed to say what the highest I paid for gas on ETH in 2021, but it definitely was way too much.
I think I paid over $200 once. It was bad, really bad. Woo, but that was fun. A little different of a show. But let's kind of get into our show here. Bitcoin's March close was $82,538 dollars, and there was no V-shaped recovery. So plan B was actually really hoping for a V-shaped recovery this month, but we actually just kind of went sideways here. So this is a little different chart than he normally shows. This is the Bitcoin price, RSI, moving average, realized price, stock to flow. So as you can see here, we are back kind of in the yellow. Back in the green, which is RSI is between 55 and 65. And we were in the yellow. We got really bullish, right? Very, very it's upward, but very slowly. We're supposed to be like taking our good run up here, but we're not yet. What do you think about the stock to flow right now and how it's kind of looking? Do you see maybe a delayed cycle, potentially, like, something we've never seen before?
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's something we haven't seen before, right? If we have another green dot like that, that's going to be extremely unique. But it could play into a super cycle, right? I don't think we really had a super cycle before with crypto, right? Like the 2021 doesn't count because it was manipulated. It was just a 2 peak year. But super cycle to me is like extended and times of kind of quiet and despair, and then times of euphoria and back and then ending with the blow off the top, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. So I mean, it could play this way, right? We could get our first super cycle of crypto, which I'm not opposed to that because we're already this far along. So might as well just, look forward to like the blow off the top part, right? That's what I'm thinking.
100%. I agree. I think a super cycle would actually be something that's like kind of starts like here and kind of just makes and kind of gets above, you know what I mean? And kind of all the way up. Something we'd never seen before, but on this side of the steps instead of this side. Potentially we could see that, but really interesting. Really something to keep an eye on. But my targets haven't changed. My targets are still there. I still believe 700K by before the next halving. So
yeah,
but we will see. All right, so historically, Q2 for Bitcoin has an average mean of about 26%. What do you think of Q2 2025 will look like? So I have another chart here. Let me show it. So this is a tweet from Cointelegraph, I believe. Yep, Cointelegraph. And let me show this here. What the heck just happened? Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. Make sure it's this one. But yeah, so no, where did it go?
Did it delete it? Historically, Q2 for Bitcoin has an average mean growth. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was just a little chart that was kind of going.
I mean, so I think you and I kind of talked about this yesterday anyways, because we were going over just some data and stuff and like how the Q1 looks so dismal after the first couple really after the first couple of weeks of Bitcoin just thrusting up in January, but then like after that, it's just been dismal. And so, it's almost kind of like Q2 is set up for like the growth spring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If we don't have that and we push even, I think that would still be like a disappointment. And if we go red even further, then that's even worse. But yeah, I just think we're set up for some growth. I don't know if it's going to hit that average of 26%, but it could even pass that because
Yeah.
the Q1 just really disappointed so many. So
Yeah, I agree. We did have this 47% in Q4, which is pretty wild, right?
yeah.
And then if you kind of go back, right, and you kind of see stuff like 42%, you see a 17, you know what I mean? And like a lot of times too, it definitely has a continuation eventually, but as you see here, we didn't have that. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we see something. I think like 2016 feels kind of delayed. Like maybe we had that, and then we're kind of potentially setting up for this time. I do feel like we're going to get a quarter where Bitcoin's up 100%. I think that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to get to my number. So
Well, and I mean, the crazy thing about this is 2022, god awful. Oh my God. Look
yeah,
at that was just so bad. And then 2018 was like let's not
yeah,
let's skip those. I'd be okay with the 2016. Let's do a 2016, which you can
yeah,
see there, there was a 3% decrease in Q1 with a 62% increase.
yeah,
I'd be okay with like, getting to like a 30 to 40% increase in Q2 just to kind of rebalance things back. But then maybe we hit a little bit of red in Q3 and then, have a really strong Q4. We'll see. The hardest thing to do is really forecast a year that has been anything but typical. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like you don't even know what to do anymore, and like you keep using data that shows you historical trends.
yeah,
That's what my wife does for a living. Is she's a forecaster really for her company, to kind of analyze budget and stuff like that needs to go out. And so when I was talking to her about this year just being not typical, not being what we expected. She's like, well, what does the trend say? And I was like, what do you mean? Like the recent trends? Because that's all I can go off of right now. Historical trends over the past 4 years have been absolute crap. Like they haven't
yeah,
played out. You know what I mean? So that's why it's pretty tough. But one thing I think that we can use is saying like, okay, it's like what you said. If you get punched so many times in the mouth and you
yeah.
have any fight, then you're going to punch back. And I think maybe we could see that in Q2 to have some sort of bounce back here. Like I said, I don't know if we hit that average of 26%, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did and a little bit more.
Yeah, eventually the puncher gets tired, right? Like he's swinging all momentum, like he's just constantly moving. You're kind of just taking the shots, but taking the shots doesn't kind of lose your momentum. You're kind of waiting for your opportunity, and I think that's what Bitcoin's about to do. I definitely I kind of see us kind of doing something like this here. We had a -9 here. I think we're gonna have a huge Q2, and then I've said this. I think Q3 is going to be very. I think people are going to start selling in September because they had to work all summer and then start vacationing at the very end of the summer. And then Q4 being insane. And then next year just being something we've never seen before. Well, like we'd never seen 2 years after the halving be bullish. And I think we're going to get that. I think we have to. I think we have to. We need something. We can't just be bearish. We can't do it. Can't do it no more. All right. So, yeah, we talked about it a little bit, but we'll hit on a little bit more. Wednesday, April 2nd is Liberation Day in the U.S. This means reciprocal tariffs on any country that tariffs the U.S. So this will be at 3 p.m. This actually goes in effect 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, which kind of sucks. I was hoping it would be early in the morning. But the tariffs they're going in for tomorrow are 25% auto tariff on foreign imported cars, a 25% tariff on country that purchases oil from Venezuela. So any country that purchases oil from Venezuela gets a 25% tariff, and a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada. These go effect tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean the Venezuela's tariff situation there. It's like complete like Trump strategy there, right? To try to bring, I'm assuming, try to bring oil and gas customers back to the U.S., energy customers back to the U.S. But it's going to be interesting. And one thing I think we got to remember is 2017, whenever he came in with his administration, he was fighting a war at the same time, kind of similar, but this time's even more intense, I feel like. But he also had the ideas of tariffs. And I remember, like, people that worked in retail, they were all worried about it. The stock market tanked in, I think, the first like 6 months of him being in office. And then he eventually got to this kind of like stable bit of stability, and then hit 17 months in a row of green for the financial markets, right? So I expect that to come back, just because I've seen him do it before, and this time he's more intense with the tariffs and stuff like that. But him being kind of lax last time, or not as aggressive, it still kind of yielded the 17 months in a row, right? So maybe we get something even better, maybe not. I don't know. But one thing I do expect is it to improve, because he's no way he's going to leave the office with like a bad mark in terms of financial markets. That's just something he prides in himself in.
The problem is he has 4 years, right?
Yeah.
he could, year 4, he could just say, we had the greatest economy in the world, right? So it's just like, but I don't think it'll take that long. I definitely think that, those tariffs coming in, we'll be able to lower taxes, which puts more money in people's pockets, but we'll see. But the tariffs have actually affected the Trump's family's crypto portfolio, as represented by World Liberty Financial. Major coins held by the firm were hit by the same economic factors that rocked the rest of us, right? So the Trump family is getting wrecked. I mean, the coins in their portfolio, their biggest holding is Ethereum, wrapped Ethereum, Sui. They got some Aptos. They're really being wrecked. So my question for you is, did the Eric Trump and Trump Jr. Or Don Trump Jr. were they just not expecting this, or was this kind of a DCA strategy that they don't care what the price is because it's cheap no matter what it is?
Yeah, you got to think about what kind of moves they're making, right? They're creating a stable coin on BNB.
Yeah.
They are establishing World Liberty Fi, and doing all types of financial products with that. They aren't worried about the short-term volatility and downside of the markets, because what they feel like they have an opportunity for here is their family to really be a big part of this new way of finance, right? And they're setting the bricks for that, along with David Sachs and SEC, and everybody's like working together for the first time in the US towards a friendly regulatory framework for crypto and Bitcoin. So to them, I think they're not thinking short term at all. They're thinking medium to long term, and they know that this literally will continually add to their generational wealth that they've already had. So
yeah, I feel the same way. I don't think they were expecting this though. I don't think they were expecting the markets to drop as heavily. I mean, their Ethereum purchases are down almost 40 to 50%. I mean, the rich, that doesn't happen to the rich investors, right? You don't buy Google and Amazon and you're down 30-40%. Like, even they have some type of insider edge. Do you think they just weren't prepared for this, or they just don't care? They just want this in their portfolio?
I actually do think that maybe they weren't prepared for this much, downside, but I think that they were prepared for some, because you had Trump come out and even say it, saying, "Hey, look, it's going to hurt in the beginning."
Yeah.
And they know, and they have advisors that will say, "Okay, the macro is going to affect Bitcoin eventually at some point, where it's going to, Bitcoin's still going to be fighting back and forth, but it's not going to be as aggressive at certain point this year because of all the transition, all the stuff from the macro part." I think that they have smart enough people around them, and they are smart enough to realize that, this is probably going to happen. But at the same time, just getting their setting their foundation, like I said, for their business here. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong. They could be like, scratching their heads right now, but I just don't see that.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. All right, so the next two kind of go in hand here. So BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says every stock, every bond, every fund, every asset can be tokenized. MasterCard, which we already kind of talked about, they're actually creating a chain. MasterCard is creating a way for consumers, merchants, and financial institutions to transact digital assets. So for every bond, or every stock or every asset, they're going to be traded in two different ways: fungible and non-fungible. So MasterCard is actually creating in layer 2 on top of Ethereum another one, right? There's another L2 on top of Ethereum that is kind of using optimism as well. They're kind of just copying the strategy of Coinbase. Why wouldn't you copy the strategy of Coinbase, right? They are probably the innovators in this, that's actually public, right? The few that are actually public that are actually doing something really cool in crypto. And MasterCard is following their strategy, and they're going to be creating a chain very similar to Sonium, very similar to Base, but they're going to allow you to trade financial assets. They want to tokenize them all. And Larry Fink, I don't know if he's an investor in MasterCard, but it probably is. He's pushing this as well.
This is another huge brand that's building a Ethereum L2. And so like as dismal and kind of pathetic that like Ethereum may look to crypto Twitter and people that are in the space every day, you got to kind of step back for a second and say, why are all these people, building Ethereum layer 2s? Also, you got to wonder too, like something like this with MasterCard or like a large company like Sonium, right? Like, how are they gonna? Those are already out there to the public. Okay, we're launching these, and I think Sonium's people are gonna want to play with it and see how that works, right? But I do think that like there's gonna be a point where like using building a Ethereum layer 2 or a layer 2 with a really efficient chain is gonna be like we're not gonna pay attention to it as much anymore. You know, what I mean, small companies will do it and stuff, and kind of layer that into their software, proprietary software or something, because that's what it seems like is starting to happen. It's just like this is gonna be like the database for every major company is going to be like Ethereum. That's the ledger that everything is like, if you think we're lying, you can check the ledger type of situation. It's getting interesting because, MasterCard coming in, this is a huge player. And again, like Sonium, but how are we as retail going to look at that? Like, I think there is going to be a point where we're like, we don't want to play on some small company's chain, that layer 2 chain that like is doing it for their customer base. You know what I mean? It's going to be a unique, like an interesting future how this stuff integrates. Cause I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you, you're not going to know what chain you're on. You're going to be using MasterCard services. You're not going to know you're on MasterCard. You're not going to know that they bridged to Sonium. You're not going to know any of that, right? You just might have to wait a few more seconds for a transaction to complete when you do something on Sonium with the same thing. Like, you're not going to know what's happening in the background. I think that's why a lot of people are choosing Ethereum and choosing optimistic rollups to kind of put their transactions on Ethereum itself, because you don't need to create validators. Like we see Jack Levin yesterday with Zen. We talked about it. He has 300 validators. You have to get 300 people to run your validators. Using an ETH L2, you're just using Optimism's validators. You don't got to do any of that. You just say, hey, copy and paste the chain. We're good to go. This is what we want to do differently. So we'll take most of the code, but we'll make a few changes to make it faster, to make it our own. But then all the ETH L2s are going to be able to talk to each other seamlessly because they're technically just very copy paste to each other. So I think that's why a lot of them are kind of going the ETH route instead of creating their own chain.
Yeah, and they can be super fast too, right? Because I think they'll never use Ethereum layer 1 because they want the efficiency, they want the speed, they want all that stuff, right? And I think you're right, because like if you go to Foot Locker, you buy a pair of shoes, you're not like, oh, what's your credit card payment processor? Who are you using? No one cares about that, right? So I agree with you. I think that it will be, but then like we transition as like people that have been in like the nerds, right? We've been in the space playing on chains. And how do we transition to the future? You know what I mean? Do we still have our playground chains, or like how does that work?
Yeah, decentralized finance, right? But this is the thing, though. Once they tokenize these assets, they're ours to play with, right? They're ours to take in. I mean, technically, right? Like once we have that in our wallet, it's technically ours. And then we can take that to any platform that we choose. If you want to take that to a degen chain, like something like Sonic, for instance, like there's no one can stop me on getting my yield for that asset. If I want to take a pair of sneakers that are, 1-to-1 digitally wrapped with the one that's sitting in a warehouse somewhere, I could potentially get yield on that, right? If there's someone that offers it, there's someone who can make a game plan for that, right? So there's different ways, different aspects. So I think you got to remember too, the guys who made the internet, or the guys who were in the back end of the internet, was really kind of, they made out amazing.
Like bandits.
They're the ones who created. companies in it, right? And I think that's kind of where we need to go as being crypto degens. We need to be crypto builders. We need to take the
Innovators.
knowledge and innovators, exactly. We need to take the knowledge and innovation and kind of put that somewhere to kind of create. And I think a lot of people in this space, even the people who don't consider themselves a builder, will eventually help a company that is building with their knowledge, because there's gonna be a lot of people out there who are gonna want our knowledge and insiders stuff of, like, because we kind of can see things better than they can. Like, oh, this was already done already, guys. So what are you guys doing? This is a Ponzi. Like, don't go down that route, right? Just sometimes the don't do that ideas, or the guy I can let me go in history and show you why this didn't work, is gonna be really good for a lot of these companies just entering the space.
I agree. I agree. Like consulting could be a huge business for the people that
Yep.
are just degens right now.
Yeah.
In the future, though.
100%. 100%. 12 years ago today, Bitcoin reached $100 for the very first time. April 1st, 12 years ago.
Wow.
Insane. $100, man. I think we all just say, if I just had a time machine, like, but it's not how it works, right? It was very risky back then. Bitcoin was, you were getting 50 tokens every block. Today, you're getting 3.25 or 3.15 or something like that. So Bitcoin's very risky back then. Now it's risk off. So, you can say all you want about I should have bought it back then, but could you have held on a 90% drop? Like, you know what I mean? Probably not. Probably not. So
Yeah. It makes me think about Bitmap. I know you might not like that, but just because of the fact, I know it's hard to compare those things, but
you can't
just
compare those things.
just the crazy people that talk about, like, how Bitmap is so elegant and all these things and stuff like that. I mean, people were shaking their head no with Bitcoin back then, big time. There was tons of people that, like you mentioned, wish you had a time machine to go back, because there was people that were probably telling those people, look, this is like 50 coins a day. This is never going to work. You know what I mean? Or a block. This is never going to work. This is stupid. You don't need this. We have debit cards. We have PayPal, dude. You know what I mean? So it's like, what is going to be that for our assets now? You know what I mean? In like 10, 20 or 10, 15 years down the road.
Well,
Something,
it's definitely
something.
not Bitmap. I would say Tau, because the way Tau works right now, I think getting Tau at like $200 is like getting Bitcoin at $200. Just
Yeah.
for the fact that it's subsidizing compute, right? Like it's actually bringing people compute that they need. Like Jake, for instance, where we know is having issues with not having enough. He calls them credits, but in reality,
Inference.
it's inference credits.
Yeah.
But in the back end of that, it's just compute. They need more compute. You have to pay for the compute. The inference credits is just compute at the end of the day, but you can get that from something like Tau. So I think honestly, like, I wouldn't compare Bitmap to anything with
I
Bitcoin was
wouldn't
12 years ago, but Tau,
wouldn't
for
be shocked.
instance, could
Yeah.
be.
I wouldn't be
Bitmap is
shocked.
a text inscription. I
Yeah,
mean, come on.
I'm saying the concept of it. Like, I disagree with you on this, and I don't think we're gonna
Yeah.
come to
No, I
an
doubt we're
agreement.
gonna.
Yeah, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if it's worth a lot more in 5, 10 years, but also I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't worth anything. It's just like, I mean, I could have said that same thing about Bitcoin in 2009. You know what I mean? And I think
What,
that
that it's
a
a
lot of
text inscription?
no, that like it could be worth zero, or it could be worth a lot. You know what I mean? In 2009, when no one really
Yeah, but
believed it, you know what I
Bitcoin
mean?
is a decentralized
Again, I don't think we're gonna come to an
cryptocurrency.
agreement
Okay.
on this.
Yeah,
So
I think you're reaching a little bit, but I
I
understand
think
your concept. But am I reaching with Tau? I don't think
no,
I'm reaching at
no, no.
all.
I think Tau for sure is already
Yeah.
established though. That's something that I think it's easier.
No, at $200? The
I
same
think no,
tokenomics as Bitcoin?
I'm saying I think it's easier to see the potential in Tau right now than it was like when Bitcoin first came out, because cryptocurrency has already laid its foundation, and now like AI is such a huge narrative. You get what I'm saying? So like for me, like I look at it way less risky than something like Bitcoin or Bitmap. You know what I mean? And so it's because
I
it
was
has
just
a lot.
comparing what I mean, people probably don't believe that compute could actually, push Tau to the levels where I think it can go, right?
But why though?
So
Because people are actually earning money to use their instead of using their Bitcoin miners, they're utilizing those GPUs to earn money with compute power for AI. A lot of small, medium sized businesses pivoted once they realized they weren't making profit or weren't coming out on top with mining Bitcoin, so they pivoted to AI. I know a person that did that. So it makes sense for me. Like,
Yeah.
Tao, to me, that's like I feel like very comfortable that's gonna be successful.
It's just the nerds though. Like someone like Jake hasn't even thought about doing something like this, right? Like Web2 guys haven't even thought about potentially getting a Tau subnet so they can subsidize the compute.
That's
But
why
it's
we're
just the
lucky.
nerds. And that's kind of what Bitcoin was 12 years ago. It
Yeah.
was just the nerds, right? That's why I compare Bitcoin to Tau right now, because it's right now, it's just the nerds. It's just the complete, only people that are building subnets are the people that, probably ran Bitcoin miners or whatever it's called back then, right? So
Yeah, but the market cap's $2 billion as well, so that's kind of a proven.
Bitcoin was at $100, it was still a billion, right? So it's like I'm just comparing it where Tau is, where Bitcoin is 12 years ago. That's just my
Yeah.
only comparison. So $2 billion asset is nothing to a $2 trillion asset.
True.
All right. So the next thing kind of go hand in hand with each other again. Circle mints another 250 million USDC on Solana, bringing the total of USDC minted on Solana in 2025 to 11.5 billion. And then Tether minted another billion USDT on Tron, bringing the total to 8 billion in 2025. We know Solana is an American company. USDC is an American company. USDT is shunned, and it is putting USDT on Tron. What do you think about these two in comparison? Circle minting continuously on Solana, 11.5 billion, and then Tether minting continuously on Tron. I'm sorry, Circle minting on Solana, Tether minting on Tron. Pretty much close in the same amount for this year. Pretty crazy.
It is crazy, and Tether has been kind of like shunned a bit, right, from the U.S. market. It's not the users. It's the I think it's the rich people that are involved with Circle, and it doesn't want like Tether to compete, which it's really
Yeah.
well. I don't know. Now I feel like I don't know who'd you say is winning. I would say in terms of usage.
Solana.
No, I mean like the stable coin, like USDC versus USDT. It's tough to tell, right? Because like
USDT, I mean, I think we're blind by the American idea,
yeah,
right? But if
perspective,
you go to South America, and then Europe and stuff like that, well,
Asia,
Europe's trying to ban USDT too, right? So
yeah,
it's kind of like
Asia and
USDC's,
Latin America.
yeah. When USDC goes public, I think it could surpass USDT, just because, like, I don't know. Do you feel like something's called like a publicly traded company, it's seen more legit than something else?
For our market, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. You know what I mean? Like because you get the safety, you get all that like regulations that kind of protect it, right? And then you have Coinbase that also supports it. So there's that, right? And I think that like they try to utilize that and leverage that against Tether, but then you can't ignore the assets that Tether owns. Tether like is the step only in the top, what is it, 15 of all US bondholders that's
Yeah.
not a country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're number 7. So it's just kind of like you can't deny the asset power that Tether at least kind of like flexes. You can't
Yeah.
They don't let us look behind the curtain, but they'll definitely flex their muscle with it from time to time. But then you have the USDC that like it seems like American people that are involved with it wants it to win. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
100%. And then, you see something like this, Binance halts all USDT spot trading in Europe to comply with MiCA rules, but users can still trade its in perp contracts. So another thing, it's like it seems like they want USDT to die, especially in Europe, because they're creating a CBDC.
Exactly. Right. So, and this kind of actually goes back to you and I were doing research the other day, and I told you that I read an article or a post
Yeah.
that said, the EU is creating CBDC because they want control over that, right? And basically what people do and how they act. And then on the US side, they're, using the capitalistic approach to say,
Yeah.
hey, look, as long as you follow these rules with the Stablecoin Act and then the Genius Act or whatever, you can have a stable coin, and then whichever ones survive. But at the end of the day, it's like both have control. One just has one through the capitalistic approach, and then eventually government can come in and slap people down. The other one just slaps you down from the start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what this is showing is like the control over USDT. Now, Binance is just trying to play by the rules with the EU, but I think China, all of Asia, which they have a ton of liquidity that flow in and out of crypto. We know that they're going to still be utilizing USDT, and then Latin America as well. And we'll see how they play with like the US.
Yeah, 100%. And then, Tether Seeds saw this, and what they go and do? They acquired 8,888 Bitcoin for $735 million in
That's the
Q1, bringing
flex.
its total holdings to 100,000 Bitcoin, worth 8.29. They have about 20% of what Michael Saylor has, which is pretty crazy to think about, because he's been buying and buying and buying and buying and buying, taking loans out. And all their Bitcoin, though, is they have no debt. Tether has zero debt. Like, Michael Saylor has 90% debt, while Tether has 0% debt. So all their Bitcoin are bought and paid for, and just kind of sitting in that way in their wallets. So, but yeah, so Tether again, just Tether's winning. Tether's winning.
Yeah. And they know that if they want to play in the largest financial market, that they have to have all their books right, everything,
Yeah.
available for preview or review. And so I'm sure that they're going to get all that stuff squared away soon.
Yep. But why do you think 888? Isn't that like an Asian thing? Isn't that
Yeah, I
like an
think the
Asian
number
number?
8 is like lucky for
Okay.
China. Yeah.
I was wondering what that was. All right. I do have a bunch more, but let's just jump into the Bitcoin price action. Oh no, we got to do the Binance. Sorry. Okay, so sorry guys, the beginning of the show kind of was different, so it messed me up a little bit. But we'll get back on track here. So the crypto fear and greed index last week was a 46. Yesterday was a 34. I mean, we're repeating yesterday at this point.
34.
Yep. Right on the knot there.
Thank
So,
you.
I mean,
You gave me a layup on April Fool's.
I gave you a layout there. I gave you an alley-oop. You jammed it in. So shout out to you, man. 34. Yeah, I mean, nothing has changed since yesterday. I don't think anything's really going to change until tomorrow at 3 p.m. So I think we're going to be at 34 again tomorrow. I just can't see us being any more bullish or bearish than what it's showing.
Yeah, not so fast, because Bitcoin is at 85,155. So definitely has a pull up happening right
85?
now. Yeah, so there's definitely
Oh!
positive price action happening. So it might be kind of what you said, like already baked in for tomorrow.
Wow, dude. Well, let's kind of get into it. I'm actually curious to see what Bitcoin is going through. So let's get into the Bitcoin price action, brought to you guys by Artura.finance. Artura is going to be joining us in about 20 minutes to talk about, just kind of hang out with us and talk about some updates that they have. Just remember, we are doing a kind of a trading competition tomorrow on Wednesday. We're going to record that, and it'll probably be out either tomorrow night or Thursday. And that's going to be fun. What that's going to entail is we're going to be taking 150x leverage and seeing who can last the longest. I am probably going to get out first, but we will see. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So definitely check out for that. But Artura is building something amazing. They're going to be on Hemi mainnet. Hemi is actually backed by Binance, right? So potentially when you use Artura.finance on mainnet, not only will you potentially be getting the Artura airdrop, but you can also potentially get the Hemi airdrop as well. So definitely something you want to get, because I'm sure Hemi is going to be on the Binance website for a long time. So that's a coin that you're definitely going to want to get, and if you can get it free, why not, right? Especially if you can use Artura.finance to get it. And then remember, right now, if you want to use them and kind of get a head start on everybody, you can go to Artura.finance today and actually start playing on Botonics. That is their spider chain, and that is testnet right now. So you can go play on there, make one trade, you'll be put into a raffle to potentially win. So definitely check out everything that Artura.finance has, and tune in about 20 minutes and we'll have them on the show.
Yep. And before we get to the Bitcoin price action, guys, as always, we appreciate your help with this. But if you could smash that like on the YouTube side of things, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, guys, please share the space so we can educate and onboard as many people to crypto and Bitcoin as possible. And as well on the abstract stream, guys, if you could do that too, we would greatly appreciate it. But let me go ahead and jump into my starting off with the hour chart for Bitcoin price action. Let me pull yours down real quick, and then there you go. Perfect. All right, so I'm not using the Artura charting because they are updating something to get the live price back, but I am going to use the trading view version today. So the hour chart, man, just looks beautiful right now. I mean, I don't know if there was some headline, if you guys know if there was like a headline that came in, and there was. Go ahead.
It's Bitcoin to 150K incoming today.
There you go. There you go. Well, let's hope that this isn't an April Fool's joke that they're trading views giving us right now, because that would be horrible. But anyways, yeah, you can see there's definitely some positive price action just thrusting up here, and love to see it, because we kind of ended last week not so great, and then yesterday wasn't really the most energetic, but today seems to be like a rebound here. You can see right here it actually started the day not so great as well today. You see this long wick that got down to 82.4, and then it got eaten up, and then that took us below the 50-day EMA on the hour chart here, but now we're back above it by quite a bit. So this is exciting news. You can see here too, we stopped right in the middle of the stochastic RSI, reverse direction 180 here. Let's see if we can get past. Dude, this is like a crazy green candle right now. Like, it keeps going up. That's crazy. And you can see on the MACD as well, we're just looking really bullish for the leading indicators as well. There had to have been something that came out, but we can look at that later. But yeah,
I don't see anything.
And then you can see here too, kind of the levels we're at too. I mean, they look pretty good. I'm not seeing the actual numbers here on the VP, but it definitely looks heavier on the support versus the resistance. So looks pretty good for second half of today, I will say. We'll see if this is just kind of like a fake out to the upside, but definitely something had to have happened, because this is too aggressive, I feel like. But I'm glad that we're back in. You got it? What was it?
I'll show you right now. So here it is right here. It's breaking. U.S. Treasury and federal agencies will disclose their Bitcoin and crypto holdings on April 5th, as directed by President Trump. So the every cryptocurrency and everything they own in crypto will be disclosed on the 5th. I don't know why that's so bullish, but that's the only thing that's newsworthy right now. So.
Well, one thing, David Bailey, the founder or the owner now of Bitcoin Magazine, came out and said that, like, we need transparency, because we need to know who's in control of the Bitcoin that the U.S. holds, and exactly what's happening, because there could be some kind of carryover from last administration that still has control over it, right? So this could be good, and the market might see this as really good for transparency purposes, to see okay, they're definitely not selling anymore or whatever. So anyway, second half of today looks pretty bullish to me. Like, these indicators are showing me, at least this definitely came out of going into sell pressure. So we started a new kind of trajectory up, and hopefully this starts. And you can see too, the trend was like, this is a trend reversal pretty much, you can see starting to happen on the hour chart. So I really like what I'm seeing here. So that is for the second half of today. The 4-hour chart looks great too, guys. We were talking about getting out of the sell pressure, and it has officially happened, right? So it actually happened yesterday at 3 a.m. So it was kind of a slow grind back up, but then right now we've broken back above the top channel of the 50-day EMA as well. So things look pretty good. Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow's Wednesday. I truly think that's baked in. That's not going to be a headline. Everybody's expecting it, so I feel pretty good for the next couple of days, maybe heading into the weekend. This definitely kind of turned my mood around a little bit for starting. What a way to start April off right now. I don't want to speak too soon. Hopefully we can kind of keep inching towards 90K, because that would be a really good kind of threshold to get back to. All right. So that's what I'm seeing there on the 4-hour chart as well, guys. Feeling pretty good about the next couple of days. Let's take a look here at the weekly. The weekly chart is definitely going to look better as well. Because the one thing I will say, even before this bullish candle that we got on the for today, is we have been defending this top part of the 50-day EMA channel for Bitcoin. Like, I mean, it's just been so strong right here. Like, there's so many, 1, 2, 3. There's been like 4 different weeks that we've had the chance to break below and actually go into the channel, and we haven't. So I love that. Shows strength, at least, for a possible kind of build back up. So I like what I'm seeing there. Let's get back to, all right. So I'm going to jump into the others. I'm only going to pull up the weekly for the others, because the others, our problem is that we broke below after finally getting above the bottom part of the 50-day EMA channel for the others, and the others are the top 10 cryptocurrencies outside of Bitcoin. But it looks like this green candle, seems to want to get back to where we were. Love to see us kind of finish the week back somewhere close to where this candle was before it dumped really hard last week. And maybe we can start to build that momentum up. And if Bitcoin, has an aggressive week to the upside, I expect it to be possibly even more aggressive to the upside for the alt market, especially the top 10. So we shall see there. You can see this setup is continually happening. We do need to see this blue line on the MACD start to curl up, but I like to see the 3 white bars on the MACD. So it is weakening here. It'd be great to really see alts kind of celebrate some wins along with Bitcoin here in the next several weeks. So that's what I'm seeing, guys, on the price action for Bitcoin and the others. The last chart I will bring up is the crypto bubbles. And from the last, when I just checked it out, I want to say, so the daily looks good. This looks really good. We only have
wow,
one major. I don't even know
what is that.
I don't know. DXY. DXF. I don't know. But the weekly still kind of not so great. But this could definitely end more green because we see kind of, at least for today, what the trajectory of Bitcoin and crypto looks like for the second half of today. And guys, don't get overly bullish because of this price action today. Let's kind of take it. It's definitely good. This is great to see. But let's get kind of towards the middle end of the week, and if this continues, then my positive energy is going to continue as well. But I mean, feel good, but don't go crazy or anything like that. But yeah,
go nuts, Harry, run to your computer. No, just kidding.
And just to spoil it all, those were all fake charts and data. This is April Fool's joke on you. No, I'm just kidding.
What? I don't want to get into the roll call. I just feel bad. Yeah, so there was a wipeout this morning. I don't know what happened. YouTube got, I don't know, but Lackey Lukey definitely had it yesterday, but I can't give it to you, man. I apologize. We talked about it this morning. I was like, should we do like a double today, because he definitely had it, but then if I miss it later, it's just, we just can't. We just have to go by what it says when we do it, right? And the first comment is Malam Yuri. Congratulations to you. You win today. Again, Lackey, man, I apologize. I apologize to you, but it is what it is. Nothing we did. It's nothing, or OnChain Revolution did. It's something YouTube does. I don't know why. And you even locked it in with a super chat, which sucks so bad, because I really thought that was a way to kind of lock it in, but I was wrong. So I guess there's no reason to do super chats anymore, guys. So it's up to you guys. I mean, you might keep doing, but it didn't seem to work this time. But Malam, it's your day. Congratulations. Let me actually show you the chart. All right. So you are your second win of the year. Congratulations. Your last win, I was just looking, was I just saw you. There you go. You were 226, and now you officially won on 4-1. Congratulations on your second win of the year. The nature of the game, guys, it is what it is. But congratulations to you, and let's kind of get into the roll call. So we had 15 comments that were deleted. It's kind of sucks, but
that sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. Nighthawk says, GM fellas, love the Simpsons thumbnail. Legendary. Yagabi's been freaking killing it with the thumbnails lately.
Appreciate
credit
that.
goes all the way to him. So Nighthawk as well, with the comment saying he loves it. So it was really cool looking. It was really different. So that's cool. Patty Poo says, sup. ASAP Benji says, oops, Reaper was here. Yeah, it came in hard. Steamy J says, yo, GM, super fan, my guy. What is up, dude? And then we got Chief Axel is here. Clearn as here. So the LFG GGG. Yup. When it's bullish, you guys are back. Dude, Clarn only comes in when it's bullish, man. He does not show up. He does not come in here when it is bearish. Joko either. Joko is I love you guys, but a lot of you guys are fair weather fans. We still love you here. But you only come in when Bitcoin is green, which I understand. I understand. Myself is here, says, what are you buying during the super sale? Good question. I think Tau is something that is a really good buy right now. You're probably not gonna agree with me, but I think Zen could be a really good buy right now, just because Jack is about to launch his chain, and could be something to get and burn for how there's a couple of different ways you can burn it. But that's probably the real degen thing you do. Something potentially like virtuals could be a really good buy. Merlin is probably an outstanding buy. Dog and the OG runes could be amazing buys. What do you think?
Yeah, so I agree with the Tau and more specifically the subnets, but I will, with the caution, you got to do your research on the subnets. But right now, there's this transition happening from, the root subnet, which is basically 1-to-1 to Tau, so you don't risk much; you just earn and like the yield. And they're coming out of that because the yield has gone down for the percentage that you can earn, and now they're going into subnets, the alpha. So this was kind of that. They said 3 months after DTAL launched, and I think DTAL launched in February. So this is a little early. So now I'm feeling even more bullish because I'm like, okay, what's it going to be like in another month? Right. So you're seeing these top market caps really thrust up, going from like 16, 17 million now to 30 and higher. So, and every day it seems to continually go up a little bit higher. But so that, I do agree with, the OG runes and stuff like that. I think that, and I would say also, wait a little bit on the BRC-20 2.0 just to see what happens with that. But they have to roll something out first, in my opinion. But stuff like that, just keep your eyes and mind open to. And I'm keeping my mind open to Zen because I think that he can really capture the community, the overall crypto community, in a bullish environment. He has that talent. So I'm keeping my mind open for that. And then projects that will launch on there too. Sonic too. Stuff in Sonic.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You can really give a bullish claim for anywhere in an ecosystem, because everything's so beaten down as well, right?
Yeah.
So getting everything right now is so cheap. So I can go on for days of what potentially is really good buys right now, because honestly, everything is a good buy. Maybe not Pulse, chain.
Well,
but
they've been struggling.
But everything else right now is definitely a buy. Mark says, yo, let's get back to 100K this month. Let's get to 150K, Mark, today. I am down. Malam says, is the Reaper trying to give me my lost win back? Yep, you got it back. The Reaper said you deserve it. Mice Elf says the others are all altcoins outside the top 10.
Yeah, my bad. So it's basically, no Bitcoin, and then you take the top 10 out as well.
Okay.
But with that being said, I'm even more like bullish if it can show that strength, because now you're talking about, stuff that's outside of the top 10 and below. Right. So if it can break above that channel, but I appreciate that. Mice Elf, man, like I feel like you need to be a part of the team, man. He has like, we've added his ideas to the price action. He's always, given his like input, which is valuable stuff. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, myself. Do you want to? We have a no one really comments in there anymore, but we have a OnChain Revolution type of research and department that we kind of we got Yasher and a bunch of other guys. Speaking of Yasher, I haven't seen him in a while. Have you seen Yasher in a while?
I think he's been busy building a project. You need to probably reach out to him and see what that's about, the project and everything.
I miss Yasher, but I would love for you to and potentially you can join the what is it? The thing tomorrow, the trading competition
roundtable.
If you're interested, you seem like probably a really good trader. So if you want to join that, let us know. You can hop in there with us. You can just use your PFP. You don't have to show your face or anything. But it'll be recorded, so anything you need edited, you can edit that out as well. So yeah, it should be. If you're interested in that, let us know. Tim Madden says have to go to class at 11, but nice to tune in. Thank you so much, man. Nice to see that green candle as well. Appreciate you being here. And myself says I'm bullish on Zen. I burned and I'm ready for the X1 chain. Yes, dude. I feel the same way. I have thousands of dollars burned. And so I'm definitely hoping my X1 return on that is very large.
Is there a dashboard that you can log in and see like what your credits are, or like how much you've done? Wow.
But you can see how much your wallet burned.
Yeah.
And see where you at. And
Etherscan and stuff. So at least you have that though. Because I think that like people will utilize that and say, hey, look, I burned this much, what do I get?
The problem is it's SVM, right? So I don't know how he's going to I mean, he's probably going to have
There's a
you
way.
log in with your wallet and sign your Phantom wallet or whatever wallet. He's probably going to design his own wallet because I don't know if Phantom's going to pick it up right away, right? So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But you might be able to log in with your Ethereum account because I can log in with my Ethereum account and it shows my Solana balance too. So maybe there's a way for that to interact as well. So on Phantom or whatever he's planning to use, it's probably going to be a fork of the Phantom wallet. So. But yeah, that is your roll call for today. And guys, it is 12 o'clock. So we have a really good show for you guys today. We're going to continue. This is going to go for a lot longer. So at 12, we're going to have did you send them the link? I don't think I sent the
So
link.
they said that they might be a little bit late, like about 10 minutes. So
sounds good. So we got them at it's probably 10 minutes, and then at 12:30, Bunzi is joining us. So that should be fun as well. I'm going to send him the link, but I definitely have a lot more stuff to talk about. So we're good in that sense. So let me kind of get back into potential stuff that we didn't get a chance to talk about. So okay, so multiple tokens on Binance crash. So I'm going to read this out. Multiple tokens cratered as much as 50% within 30 minutes on crypto exchange Binance on Tuesday, with the market watchers wondering if a misconfigured trading bot could have caused the declines. The drop led to millions worth of longs being liquidated. So this was not good. Not good at all. Kava was something that I've been following for a while. Kava is an EVM on Cosmos. It's been just down only. But look at these charts. Let me bring this up.
So wait, hold on. Was this like an Oracle-ish? Well, they don't use the Oracle, right? Oh, they have their own because it's a Web 2 system, right? So
yeah.
How did this happen? What's their explanation?
So if they said a trading bot, so you can see this is all the same second. A trading bot dumped everything it was holding all at one time. I don't see how that's possible. Look at these wicks, bro. Like some of them dropped like 90%. Like these bots, which makes me kind of think it's obviously not real. It's not real transactions happening on Binance. It's all fake shit if this bot can dump this much at one time. Right? Like, why is this bot holding so much of these illiquid tokens?
Did the bot do it on Binance? Because you can have the centralized exchange bots.
Yes, it was on.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so it was a centralized exchange bot that did this on Binance.
That's dude, and like Marty Party's probably like all over this because like he's the blockchain sleuth. And he's damn good at it. And so, he's probably like, how is Wintermute involved with this? Like, let's see all the wow, dude. Yeah, I mean, myself just said I don't leverage trade anymore. Dude, like I've gone through the lessons part of that. I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that.
So these are the tokens that were involved. It was ACT. It's apparently a bigger token. I've never really heard of it. DEX-E.
That's the one. That's the one that we were looking at. Yeah.
Yep. Kava, which again is a fork of Ethereum on Cosmos, which is something I've been following for a while, but then never. It's actually Kava is actually on Polkadot, but it's on Cosmos too. So it's really weird now I think about it, but it's definitely a Polkadot coin as well. So Kava is on Polkadot and Cosmos, and it's EVM, which is weird. DF is another one I never heard of. Hippo, it's a meme on Solana. Banana, a meme on Solana. Lumina, never heard of this one. TST, this is the one that I think CZ has a bunch of this for whatever reason. He was like sent to him. And then Quick, which is it is a DEX on Polygon Matic, and I've used it before. So
I've seen that.
Yeah, so this is this is pretty nuts to happen. What do you think? Do you think this was just a trading bot? Do you think this was I doubt Binance would want anything that's like this to happen. But yesterday they did post, they said not everything you read tomorrow is going to be true on crypto Twitter, and then this happens, right? So it's like, was this a joke?
Is it a joke? It's a joke.
I mean, you don't joke when you lose millions of people money.
True.
I mean, it happened. You can go to TradingView and look up these tokens. You can see.
Yeah, you know what? Like, you can't joke about that because then other people are going to probably sell if you put that up.
Yeah,
you're
and then probably buy. And then look how these got bid up, dude. Like, unless these were just people buying it, that just have what
that would be the worst April Fool's joke ever. That would be so bad. And also, it's kind of like, okay, Kava, Quick, those are two big ones, but like these are really degenerate people trading leverage on these tokens, right?
I know.
I'm like, what are these? Like $5 million market cap tokens.
I don't know if it was leverage or spot.
Well, spot wouldn't matter, right? Because they wouldn't get liquidated.
Oh yeah, whoa, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, 100%. Yeah, forgot the drop led to millions. Yeah, who the hell is taking leverage on Kava right now? like
Degens.
Yeah, degenerates. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, next thing here, Chainlink payment abstraction is now live on mainnet, enabling users to pay for services like SVR with gas tokens that automatically convert it to Link via Uniswap. So you're able to now use chain abstraction with any token you want, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, to pay your SVR thing. And SVR refers to Chainlink's secure, verifiable randomness. And the announcement highlights a new feature simplifying payment methods for Chainlink services. So now you can pay for their randomness generator that actually helps a lot of projects make sure that everything is kind of seen in the back end that is actually random when they say it's random. So you can pay for this with Chainlink. There is other places to do this, like a PIF network, but now you can pay in any token you want. You can pay in Merle token if you want to. Any token, it doesn't matter as long as if it's it has to be on Uniswap though. So maybe not Merle, but anything on Uniswap.
This is the topic that no one loves to talk about except for me. Chain abstraction, payment abstraction. This is, in my opinion, just such a bullish thing for. We got to get this like squared away before normies come over here, because they're like, I bought into Avalanche because you were telling me that there's like this awesome project over there. Now you're telling me to buy something on Merlin Chain, or now you're telling me to buy something on Arbitrum or Base or whatever. Like, what do I have to do? This solving this issue is like the biggest thing that I think is going to come out of the cycle. That's not like a main narrative. You know what I mean? It's like a back infrastructure thing, and Chainlink's like one of the perfect projects to do this. And I know they're emphasizing, their SVR service, which is one of the bigger things that they're known for that many people probably don't even know about. But more of this is going to continually happen, and we're going to get to a point to where it doesn't matter. And it's going to get to a point with like Bitcoin, because we've seen it. The Bitcoin's kind of one of the chains that kind of push this, right? To where you can buy Ordinal with Ethereum or whatever, you know what I mean? And then it'll get stored into that Bitcoin address that's associated to that wallet or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. This is really big. You're going to see, again, this is what's going to happen when you're using something like MasterCard, right? It doesn't matter what coin you're going to pay with on the chain. It doesn't matter how you pay. It's all going to get routed back to being the coin that whatever it wants, right? It'll all be done in the back end to where you don't even know what chain you're using, and you don't even care what chain you're using. Like you said earlier, like, you don't care how what your credit card company is doing in the back end. You just want to make sure your payment goes through, and that eventually will happen here. And account abstraction is going to be a big player in that, or the player in that. But it looks like we have instant here, so let's kind of get into it, guys. We already kind of talked about them already, but we'll hit on them again. Artura.finance will be on Hemi mainnet. Hemi is Binance backed, which is absolutely insane, and playing potentially on Artura.finance will lead to potentially huge gains from not only not Instant himself, but Artura and Hemi. So definitely want to participate in that. And you guys can really get started today using Botonics, the testnet they're using right now. And one trade actually gets you guys put into a random like raffle type of system, which is really cool. We'll have them talk about that. So without further ado, let's get instant. Let's get Marine here. Yeah, there he is. Yep. What's up, guys?
What's up? How's it going?
Hi. Hey, it's going better. Bitcoin seems like it is waking up a little bit, but we don't want to get our hopes up too much because Bitcoin's been breaking hearts left and right lately. But hopefully, we know tomorrow was a big kind of anticipated day, but it seems like maybe that's baked in. I'm curious of what you guys think. Let's start with Instant.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I always feel like we're like in a good place, like overall right now, even though it's like, there's sort of the sentiment maybe is feeling a little bearish. I mean, we're not making insane gains like we were, I think, at the end of last year. However, I think like a lot of like just like the policies and like the general sentiment that's coming out is like pretty good for the long run. And I don't know if this is translating to like short-term gains, but I think like we're looking at like just a setup for a future Bitcoin. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. And Murray, I'm curious with your opinion, with tomorrow being kind of the reciprocal tariff day for the US, but it seems like it's baked in. It seems like we've already heard tariffs so many times that the market's like, okay, we're not really caring too much anymore about that. Let's look forward. And the weekly chart looks like a perfect setup. What are your thoughts?
So we'll see about tomorrow, because on the Forex Factory we can see that we also have NFP on the Friday. So those are also the major news, the big three news: CPI, FOMC, and NFP, besides also the Trump speaking. But to be honest, on my chart, nothing changed for the BTC, because we didn't get any follow through that we talked about the last time. And now we're in the gap on the daily chart, bearish gap, but I'm not bearish and I'm not bullish. I have no bias and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, very neutral there.
I need to see that follow through. Now we are trapped.
Yeah.
What's wrong? We're just ranging. Like, I can see anything and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you make a great point, because like whenever we were talking last week, we were, at the start of the third week of kind of possibly having a third green candle in a row on the weekly chart, but it ended red. So then now it's like we're starting kind of green again. So we're kind of back to where we were when we last talked, in a sense. Is that what you mean? We're kind of not now, just back where we were last week. Okay.
Yeah, last week we had some bullish levels that got disrespected, from which we wanted to see like a follow through of the price. And now we disrespected those levels and we got bearish levels on my daily chart, right? And I need to see follow through from them to see more bearish price. But now we see that they might be disrespected. We'll see today's close. It's going to be an important one.
For sure. You mentioned NFP data. That's the one that I don't know.
Non-farm payroll.
Non-farm payroll. Okay, yeah, that's every week, right?
Yeah, it's the first Friday every month. First week of the
first Friday every month.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what are you kind of thinking for that? Do you think that's going to be, because now I'm thinking about it, I think they were all kind of in line the last couple of months. Do you kind of see that happening again, or do you see maybe some volatility?
So the last couple of months, I've been observing really, really well those big three red news, right? CPI, FOMC, and NFP. And NFP and FOMC these last few months don't have any big reactions, which is really strange. CPI is the strongest one for now. So major moves happen on the CPI, and we'll see what will be on the Friday.
Yeah. But I'm kind of thinking. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm kind of thinking we're gonna have up April. I don't know, man. I just feel it, dude. I just feel, and it feels like it's every Wednesday. Like every Tuesday I feel bearish, and every Wednesday every Monday I feel bearish. Every Tuesday I feel bullish. What do you think?
And then back to range until the next Tuesday.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. I can say March was really bad in the FX markets, also indices, commodities. It was really like it's not behaving right.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely feels like an emotional roller coaster at times. But we went over the Bitcoin quarterly like growth or decline, and obviously Q1 is ending in red, right?
Yeah.
And so Q2 with the expectation, like I kind of have an expectation that we're going to rebound, and not crazy, because the average growth in Q2 is 28%. I said, okay, maybe we hit that, maybe we go a little under, maybe we go a little higher, who knows, right? But just because we start off April, and April could be even a red month, or like pushed even or whatever, we could still have that green Q2. But I'm curious, like if we do have a red Q2, which would be atrocious, that would be horrible. We're looking at kind of like a start like 2018, right? Something like that, to where you'd have two back-to-back quarters in red. And then I think everybody would probably bet that we'd have green on Q3, and hopefully it would happen. But could you see us having like 3 of the 4 quarters be red this year?
I hope not. But it's all probabilities. Like we just need to react to it, and we can do anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because historical trend data is not working this year, right?
Yeah,
Previous cycles, it helped you at least. This cycle,
exactly.
it's not helping us at all. Like we're just kind so it's hard because like like Shizzy and I will go over and he'll be like, "What do you think is gonna happen here?" I'm like, "Well, every time I use historical data trends, they don't play out this cycle."
Yeah,
And so maybe we just see something completely different, like an extended super cycle, and it's the start of something new.
yeah. That's why I don't like to predict. I just want to like react and adapt.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
smart.
going with the flow, with the pulse of the market.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, definitely appreciate that insight. We know that you like to trade, Marian, and really kind of take your time with your strategy and all that great stuff. But I want to kind of pivot back to Instant here because I noticed on the Artura X account, right? It says trade raffle is back. Day 4 resumes with winners selected from wallets who trade Tau and XRP with high leverage. 2,500 Artura tokens are up for grabs on our incentivized testnet. Stack up rewards before mainnet. Could you kind of get into that a little bit and explain what this kind of campaign is about?
Yeah, so previously we had been doing some 7-day trade raffle. We had to put that on pause as there's some things that we wanted to change about it halfway through based on our community feedback. And so also, we're starting to list more trading pairs on our testnet, one of like the neat things. And so it's sort of to get users, I guess, more comfortable trading other pairs aside from just, long Bitcoin, like so many of our community members love to do. We figured like let's get them trading on some additional pairs, and we're going to be rewarding our own tokens for doing that in the raffle. It's going to continue for another 3 more days to round out the 7-day trading. So I think it ends on Thursday, I believe. It's just an easy way for people to practice leverage trading, get outside of their comfort zone a little bit on pairs. And we're also going to be each day offering, I guess, like kind of different pairs or like different trading parameters for people to use. So like today it might be, or yesterday, is Tau XRP. Tomorrow might be ETH. Just learn to leverage trade. Try out different things, get out of your comfort zone, and earn our token at the same time.
So you guys are basically seeing everyone just kind of long Bitcoin right now. You're not seeing many participants in XRP, ETH, and Tau. Is that?
I don't know if it's just because it's the first option they see when they visit the site, or if everyone's just incredibly bullish on Bitcoin in the long term. But
well, I just think everyone's kind of so beaten down, thinking like if Bitcoin just runs by itself, and when Bitcoin drops, everything drops with it. So you want to short XRP when Bitcoin drops, and then long Bitcoin.
Well,
I guess.
yeah, I'm really interested in seeing. We don't have like all the data analytics like built out into like a single sort of single like platform, or I guess like chart yet. But yeah, it'd be interesting to analyze like how many users are on a site are like are longing Bitcoin when we start approaching like more like 80K or like 81K. Unfortunately we don't have that off the top of my head, but like that's like the real stuff that like I'm interested in. Like what are users doing once these prices are hitting this just on our deck specifically? What's the leverage they're taking out when this happens? Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the data is actually I'm actually looking forward to something like that in the future, like understanding and like just understanding the thought process of like humans, and like that's kind of what like AI is awesome for, because you can actually kind of get that you can actually understand the human, like if you can understand what like how the normal human or like the regular person kind of thinks, you can kind of know where to put the leverage at in different situations based on the news and stuff like that. So I think data in the future is going to be absolutely huge, especially for leverage trading.
Yeah, and I think obviously I think that's like data is like available now, like you can look at it, but I think what like we're really trying to like push content more, I guess specifically for Artura and all of our audience, like really distilling it into like really digestible kind of like getting inside the mind of a trader. Like what do they want to do? Like what are their actions and strategies around specific things? Like really sort of building out that like content to be, I don't know, interesting to like other traders in general. to see if, what the psychology is.
Yeah. Well, let's say this. Let's say like, somebody that's not like a big trader themselves, but they want to be a part of Artura and, see where they can maybe fit into this protocol and stuff. Are there other ways that, people can participate in your protocol and project?
Yeah, I mean, like, one big thing is like, let's say like, you're in like the degen sort of sphere, not even degen sphere, but like, obviously like places like Hyperliquid, Drift, they do like super well, on their on Solana and their respective chains. And so, if you don't necessarily like want to, get into leverage trading and trading in general, like, we have the capability to, you can deposit funds in our vaults, and this provides liquidity, to our platform. And then also you're able to earn passive yield from trading fees on our platform just by depositing the vault. So if you're not a big trader, but you're like, hey, like obviously perp dexes, are really popping off on other chains. I want to get involved in like, something like a Hyperliquid, but, I want to be sort of like, more, I guess, loyal to Bitcoin. This is like a perfect way in which you can like be a part of Artura, be a part of, the whole, ecosystem that we're building without having to get into leverage trading.
Gotcha. Also, if they, have a network in, the space, the crypto, overall space of traders, that they can participate by like referring traders as well, correct?
Yeah, definitely. So we just announced, I guess like the creation of our referral program, I think last week. It's something that's not available currently on testnet, but we have the infrastructure built out. So it's just a matter of time before users are going to be able to generate their codes, give it to their trader friends, and then earn a portion or I guess some like fees from their friends that are referred.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. Even if you don't like to leverage trade, if you have a network of traders, they're going to trade anyways. Just have them use your referral code. You can earn from that. So super cool there. Is there anything else that like we haven't touched on that you'd like to go over?
I don't think there's anything specifically. I kind of like alluded to a little bit, but yeah, we are trying to connect with like traders. We're obviously like going to be potentially doing some cool content that's sort of targeted more into like the mind of a trader, things like that. Potentially through you guys as well. I'm not sure if like you guys wanted to announce anything, but yeah, like doing some interviews with traders, some more fun content. So if you're interested in sort of like trading psychology and just kind of that whole trading in general, like we're going to be cooking up some cool things alongside you guys. So something to look forward to.
Yeah, man. And well, tomorrow, I mean, we've already announced it all week, but we're going to be doing a trading competition. It'll be recorded. It won't be live. Probably be either out tomorrow night or Thursday, but it's going to be fun. What kind of what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? I'm curious you guys' opinion on a 150x leverage competition between like 4 or 5, 6 of us in a high stakes environment, because pride is on the line, guys. I'm very
Shizzy's
prideful.
getting eliminated first. I think everybody can agree with that.
I'm just trying not to get. Yeah, I'm trying not to be out first.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to win. Marine, what are you kind of expecting from tomorrow's event? It's just crazy trading competition that we're going to have.
I think I'll see you going all in with 150.
Well, that's the rules, right? We have to take 150x, right? But you don't have to go your whole $10,000, right? You can go $100 at a time.
Respect risk management, and you should be fine.
But the funny part is that like when we're not doing a competition, but we're in testnet, like Shizzy still takes 150x like every time he like, and I was just like, you don't have to do that. He's like, I know, but like I'm bullish.
If you have the option, you might as well. There's no risk to it, so you might as well go 150x.
The only problem is I'm out of USDT, so I was wondering if you guys could.
I think we can hook you.
Yeah, but also, guys, if you're listening in, we're also going to be eventually kind of doing one-on-one interviews too with people that have that trader experience as well. And so look out for those. Exciting one possibly coming up as well. I won't spoil it yet, but so look out for those type of interviews, and we're gonna have fun with it tomorrow too. We're gonna not just only trade and compete, but we're gonna, pick the brains of these traders. Like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Those kind of questions and stuff. So make sure you're staying tuned, and we will drop that video, shortly after we finish recording it. But awesome. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it on our end. Any last announcements or anything you'd like to say to our community before we let you go?
No, yeah, thanks everybody. Appreciate tuning in as always.
You.
Awesome. All right, guys. We will talk to you guys soon.
Yep,
See ya.
thanks.
Bye.
All right, thanks.
See you next week, guys. Absolutely amazing as always. You guys are awesome. Tomorrow's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting to kind of sit there and just kind of pick the brains of traders and just kind of see and kind of just talk about the markets too, right? Like I sit there all day long and just talk about Bitcoin's price action and Tao's price action, etc. I'm so glad they added Tao to that. That should be fun to kind of play with. I'll probably only trade that, and hopefully I win because of that. That'd be funny. But just he's the only one to trade a Tao and he won. But it should be exciting. I see our guy Halfbanger down there. We're just waiting for Bunzi to pop in. But I have a few more things we can get into while we wait here.
Yeah.
So Bybit shuts down its NFT marketplace inscription and IDO services. Is this a big hit to Ordinals at all? Or I don't think anyone used Bybit to marketplace to buy inscriptions. Do you?
No. but I do know Bybit was like, pushing their wallet, to basically be in the ecosystem for a bit, because like every time we'd connect with, especially with like the layer 2s or anything, like you'd see a Bybit option there. But that's definitely interesting, that they're, but Binance did this as well before, right? Binance was kind of participating and decided to back out. But I don't think that this is necessarily means that they're not, bullish on ordinals or inscriptions. I just think that they don't benefit from it, so they don't want to upkeep, their tools and stuff. But the IDO part is interesting as well. Like I never knew they had that.
Well, yeah, I think they had like a launch pad on their exchange there and stuff like that. So, and you guys don't know why I'm laughing. Halfbangers at the bottom there. Did you see that at all?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's doing some funny shit. He came into the side. I don't know. All right, next thing here. I apologize. I got to stop looking down. But all right. So the next thing, Xverse now supports undo on Bitcoin. Introducing Xverse undo bad swap. Yeah, so you can undo a bad swap. Overpaid mint, bought the top. It's like it never happened. As long as it's in the mempool, you're able to, they will actually go through and they'll cancel that transaction in the mempool for you, which is
they front run it. They front run it,
Yeah.
and they front run it without actually like purchasing it on. So
Yeah.
it basically cancels everything out.
Yeah. So this will be a feature for normal people to kind of, if you do a bad purchase, you'll be able to go and undo that. As long as undo your doo-doo. Undo your doo-doo, your bad mistake there. So yeah, that's something that's very interesting. And here we have rough times for Ordinals holders. Taproot Wizards down 5K since mint. Quantum Cats down 75%. Quantum Cats are $4,000 right now. Absolutely insane. What do you think Udi is doing sitting there with his all that money that he's recently raised? What do you think Udi, why isn't Udi just purchasing everything to keep the floor up?
Because he doesn't want to anymore. Like he just made all those millies. Why would he give those millies away? Like he gave away a lot of millies from the first mint by keeping it. I don't know if that's actually true, but somebody was keeping the Quantum Cats floor at $17,000, right? So I guess you can't have a $17,000 Quantum Cat floor and a $17,000 Taproot Taproot Wizard floor. So
Udi got to raise some more money so he can get those floors up. But let's get this next part of this. Next, what's going on here? So Halfbanger and our guy Bunzi, these guys are building something really cool. They've been teasing me with it, but I'll let them talk about it. Halfbanger, you ready to come up? Let's do it. Let's bring them up. What's up, bud? Ryan down there, dude.
Yeah. I was like, does he see that? And we started laughing because what you were talking about wasn't funny, and you're like, no, I was like, he is watching this. What's up, dudes?
What's
good?
Man. You've been building, man. You're nonstop building. like constant, whether it's like for a project that you're kind of partnering with or your own special thing? Do you ever take time off and go snowboarding and stuff, or no?
I did go skiing a couple weekends ago, but it was the only time I went skiing. I used to be a professional skier.
Okay.
Yeah, and last year was the first year was the first year that I didn't go skiing ever in like a winter. But in my defense, I was living in Mexico, so I was surfing. So it's fucking, cool.
Same. But
Dude, you guys want to hear? You guys want to hear the sauce?
Yeah,
Can I
let's
send
do
it
it.
to private? Can I send it to private chat?
Yeah.
Okay, because this it's a preview, but don't show it.
Bunsey, or do you want?
He's on his way. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Don't show it, but I want you to hear it, dude. It is fucking sick.
Okay, so this is a music file that lives on Bitcoin?
Not a music file. You'll see.
Okay.
Oh, so dope, boys. My God.
So you guys are building something really cool, right? On Bitcoin, right? Is that kind of the gist of it?
100%, yeah. What I'm going to send you is a fractal link. It's a preview. We have a bunch of tracks on here. So 4 out of the 5 tracks, every time you click them, they regenerate themselves. The one in the middle, Bitcoin Party Boy, is an arrangement and it bangs. So you should listen to it. Can you guys listen to it right now?
I can play it. I can listen to it, but like I won't be able to hear you.
Oh, that's fine, dude.
I mean,
listen.
like, okay. So I just started playing the top one, and like it just comes in like super clean and just gave me an energy like drink in my body.
That shit's 100% on chain. The whole fucking thing. The Explorer, the visualizer, you literally can come there with an inscription ID and put it in there, and it'll load a beat block up depending on the template and the arrangement. If there is an arrangement, it'll play it back the same way every time. But if it's just a template, every time you play it, it'll play a different version of it. It's fucking nuts.
That's awesome.
So,
but before before we continue, let's get the audience caught up here a bit. So, which one of you want to kind of describe what we're talking about to the audience? It's up to you. You want to go Bunzi or Hath? It's up to you guys.
Hath, hit it.
What was it called?
It's called beat blocks.
Yeah, right. Hit it, Hath.
You told me to hit it, baby. It's called beat blocks, and what it is it's a protocol for the world to take music and put it into Bitcoin easily, but also enable musicians to, as opposed to writing a song, the protocol allows you to write an idea, and then the protocol takes the JSON that you write, which is all these inscribed stems. Everything's 100% on chain. And you feed the JSON into the beatblock script, which is inscribed, and then it'll play back. And depending on the JSON, if it's been already arranged, then it'll play the arrangement every time. But if it's just as a template, then every time you press play, it'll play a different version of it. And then we usually take mixed stems, so they're not mastered. And then inside the inscription, we're literally mastering that song live. So like right when you're playing it back, it's being mastered in the NFT.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's kind of like, for the non-music writers, kind of what this means, or if you think about it like a big photo or something like that, music's super prohibitive to get on chain because of the file size to get the high quality on. So we kind of broke it down and used the repetitive nature of music and inscribed the smallest pieces. The same way you have like an NFT collection, you inscribe just the glasses or something, and then you can repurpose that on all the different pieces. Now we're like, hey, like street drums, we have that trait, right? We have street drums, and then we have like fat drums and all these different types of loops. And then through the JSON, we're piecing this together and grabbing and arranging these different styles of music. So now what's interesting is like when writing music in this approach, artists have a whole new thing in their discography now. You can go write a single, you can go write a mixtape, an album. Now you can go write a generative piece. You can write a bunch of music in the same key and the same tempo, inscribe it, and then give your fans and collectors a unique version. They cannot just collect their vinyl now and put that on the wall. Now they can have their own version. And another cool thing you can do with this is people then can collect two and then burn both of those and pick what stems they want and make their own remix. So now it's like an interactive way of just a creative, different approach, because music has been on chain. You can get file types on chain. Don't get it twisted. But like, you have to sacrifice the quality just to get the file on chain, to get the provenance. Like if you've listened to some music that has been on chain, like even Skrilla jokes around, like he has inscription number 972 is Skrilla's. He inscribed some music. And actually the protocol is all children of that inscription. So some cool stuff for the nerds out there. But the quality of the song is just not that high. The same when you get a high quality photo and you want to put that on chain, you got to like dither it down, squish it, compress it. But now with another interesting thing that we found with a .opus file that is a audio codex, we're getting high quality music on Bitcoin. And this is just the beginning, right? Like this is why we're releasing as a protocol, is like we're building explorers, and the goal is to effectively have Spotify meets Napster back on Bitcoin. We're like, there's peer-to-peer listening to music, no ad walls, no DMCAs. You can't take it down. It's there forever. You can share music in a way that we don't need some record labels or Spotify. Now it's like, hey, dude, I'm going to remix Taylor Swift, put it on Beat Blocks. Go ahead, try to take it down. You're going to get everyone to take their node down. Good luck. And now, like, we are here to massively disrupt the music industry in the long term, because we come from the music industry. That's our background. Is like, most people don't know this about Hath and I, but we met over 10 years ago, kind of aging ourselves, but on tour.
Yeah, right. I remember when I was in Mexico, and I just like went on and on about our backstory.
Yeah,
you guys remember that?
You guys toured. Y'all met on a tour.
Yeah. So I opened up for Hath and his group at the time, and we were in a van, you know, just like doing the musician thing, similar to most people in this industry, like self-made, you know, like we're out here trying to get, you know, like, and it's a hard career. So then we both got into software indirectly to kind of pay the bills. And then we met back, and, you know, and then I was like, we were actually in Mexico. I was like, yeah, let's do this. He's like, I don't know if it's going to work, man. You know, and then we got it to fucking work. And like, it's really, really cool. What comes next is like, because just like the same way people got really excited about file types, fungible tokens, like this is a very underexplored medium that we use the word culture and all this shit all the time. But like music has like moved generations and have caused like huge movements. And it's just a medium that we feel is vastly underexplored, the same way like video is. Like video hasn't really made its way to ordinals yet due to its file type, but we'll get there someday, somehow through different creative ways. But we've met, audio is a bit smaller, so we've gotten there. And that's what we're really excited about, is like this high quality, different approach. And yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
So let me ask you, I want to make sure I got my head wrapped around this correctly. It seems like you guys have you started off by creating like a audio library, right, of different sounds and stuff like that. You inscribe those. Nope, I'm already wrong. Okay, no. And then
it's not. We're not giving anyone sounds. We give them the tools to take their sound and put it into Bitcoin.
Gotcha.
Does
that get added to a library or no?
Yeah. Okay. So I think I can help.
And then you use recursion to be able to piece that together, right?
You could. Okay. But like right now with that Explorer that you're looking at, that uses recursion to source tracks from the chain. So it goes and it pulls in beat blocks. I think there's 5 in there, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you want to share your screen and show it.
Yeah, you may as well, dude.
Yeah,
show it.
Bro,
have you listened?
Do you have the audio on?
Yeah, I got the audio right now. Yeah.
It does that.
Dude, play Bitcoin Party Boy.
Yeah, play it. That should be
My
you ready?
God, bro.
Is this the
Yeah,
first
bro.
time ever it's been played?
Yeah, this will be
Okay,
debut.
All right,
Yeah,
here
yeah,
it
yeah.
is, the
Good,
premiere.
debut. You hear it?
Yup.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing glasses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging right, smoking sacks up and accent sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking sidekicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my gat? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bucking and bucking at niggas like I was buck hunting. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is bullshit.
Yeah, so like, and then you could refresh it and see another interesting part here is the visualizer. Is a little bit of backstory there is if you're familiar with the Winamp kind of nostalgic player that we all know and love, it's an open source player that uses something called Milk Drop, and then there's a library in there called Butter Churn, which is an open source library that we inscribed that's available to anyone that wants to do audio visual stuff. And kind of getting back to what you were saying earlier, like how it's all working is like, I think for people, they understand the P5 library, right? They're like, okay, the P5 library allowed people to do generative visual stuff. Yep. We've inscribed similar things like a Opus decoder, which allows people to inscribe in a file type like Opus and have browsers that don't support it play it back. So we've inscribed tools such like that there's just code libraries, think P5, and then audio goes in, and you're able to recursively hit these scripts to be able to play your music back in a generative way, a fixed way, and again, a little bit more detailed and nerdy stuff, but like the Opus file is another very strong codex that made this as good as it is because it's 40% smaller than MP3 off the bat. And one thing that's happening here is we're looping these audio stems and we're doing a lot of them. Like say there's drums, vocals, guitar, bass, amp, effects, et cetera, et cetera. And the more you start getting those in the browser, when it starts playing, and if one of those loops is like a millisecond or two off, and then it starts adding, it starts phasing, and you don't know why, but it won't sound good. But that's what happens with MP3 files. Like that's why they're just not meant for that. But Opus is actually, I wouldn't be surprised with what we're using on this voice call. Like Discord uses it, Zoom uses it. It's no latency, very high fidelity, very quick. Yeah. So with Opus, you put all these tracks together and they're seamlessly playing back. And with MP3, that's just not possible. And like, forget about WAV files because that file size is just massive. So like, it took like so much trial and error, different file types, different decoders, different this, but like we found this recipe that's like a very cool way to get music at a, doesn't sound like it's coming out of a potato. It's actually at a higher quality than what you listen to on Spotify at times, because Spotify dithers it down to 128 kilobytes at an AAC format. And like the world that we want to be a part of, and like why we got, involved in this is like permissionless. And like every time Spotify is cool and it's convenient, but it is not the end all be all for music, because the distribution, I don't want to get really on this rant, but like it really doesn't favor the up and coming artists. It doesn't favor the small artists. It favors people already big, and they put them in these playlists and they just circulate the same cookie cutter bullshit. And those are the people even making the streaming money. And the small artists that's trying to get released, they're just not, you can't find them. Their discoverability is horrible. So we really want to empower, up and coming artists to find new means of distribution. And now what this means is like, say a new artist has those 1,000 loyal fans that really fuck with them, that want to put them on. I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but when I find an artist, I'm like, oh shit, like it's underground. I don't want to like really share them, but say now, because it's like, that's my shit. I don't know, man. But now say I collect some of his collectibles. I have some of it. Now I'm like incentivized to promote his music, because if he blows up, Now I'm like,
the
dude,
value goes up.
yeah, I have his Genesis mixtape, dog. Like, this is the subconscious thing that, like, the flywheel ecosystem that we hate to bring economics into music and all of this shit, but like, these artists need to make a living and they need to survive. And now they have a new way of making money in between merch and streaming. It's like making these collectibles, and those are the artists we want to support and help, because if you make good music and you have distribution problems, this is a great way to like incentivize and build an economic model around your music career, because now you don't have to sell it to a label. You can be like, hey guys, I'm doing this release, all the funds are going to my music video, bro.
Yeah.
It's on. Like, this is the future that we want to help cultivate.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I love every bit of it. I do have a question though, because like, you know, it sounds like could be this new way to compose music through this, right? Through JSON as well, right? So my question is for this. This is my question. I think the people that have minds like you guys that can cross over from, you know, the creative music side to software engineering and stuff like that, this is going to be amazing for that part. But is there a plan to maybe even like dumb that down even more to make it more easy for the music artist, not to worry about JSON code or anything, just more composable? Do you guys have plans for that?
It's a funny thing you say that, because we made the Beat Block Studio. The Beat Block Studio is a visual representation of exactly what's going on, and makes it much easier for anyone to understand. And when you go to the Beat Block Studio, which is not out yet, but it will be. Hey, wait, pull it up. No,
that's not it. That is a good representation of just the degenerative people.
It looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I send you a picture and will you show it?
Yeah, sure. You put those.
Leaking all the sauce, bro.
This
make sure you guys are okay with this. Like, this is live.
No. So like, this is the other part about all this shit, dude. Is it's so fucking cool. This is like, and someone could come and hate on me, and I'm gonna laugh in their face, because I mean, being someone who makes music, it never gets old to me to like listen to music that I've written, like, because it's changing all the time. How do I send a photo?
Yeah. Do we have a Telegram with you guys? Maybe send it there.
You can just share your screen.
Okay, but the URL's in it. I don't want people to go to it.
Press F11. If you press F11, it should hide the URL.
I don't have an F key. I feel like. What is that?
He just has one button that just says ship. He just presses that button.
Like the Jetsons? Like the Jetsons?
Hit me on TG real quick, because I want to show the people this shit. It's like,
I got you.
So what this will do. So you'll be able to go and write your music in whatever DAW that you normally use, however you make your music already. So then you can go to our documentation on the website and see, you know, the spec and see how the software works. So
you can show this, right? You're sure?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here it is.
This right here is the studio, just like a studio that we made really quickly to make it easier for us to understand what was going on. So with a template, templates are split up into sections. And then go click that stem. Oh wait, you can't click on it. Hold on, I'm gonna send you another picture. Bro. Here's the stem view. You show up. Like, let's say you record a track, and then the track has, let's say, like, I don't know, 10 stems on it. You know, drum, sample, synth, bass, effects, scratch. You know, and you would export those stems. And then you bring those stems to the studio, and then those stems will pop up right here. So then what you're able to do is you can assign the stems an alignment. So the stems can start at the beginning of a section. They can start at the center of a section. They can start at the center end, which means that whatever the stem length is, the start will be the time center minus the stem's duration. So it'll end at the center, and then we have end, which means that the stem will end at the end of the section. So then we have the ability to also loop. So you can loop specific things, like a crash, like a You don't want to loop that, right? But we need that in certain parts of a song to create continuity and to make a good composition. So then we have this thing called mutex and a group. So a mutex allows you to assign a specific stem to a group. That means that when this is generating itself, it won't add multiple mutexes to the same section. So if we have a bass line, we do not want another bass line because it'll sound like terrible.
Double.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll sound terrible. Crash or a splash, right? And you could do multiple crashes, and so you might assign your crash to 2 different mutexes if you want to potentially have these crashes playing and rendering at the same time. And then we have this idea called groups, which is, as Skrilla was like, and you too, Bunzi, you're like, there's not enough variation, and I'm like, how are we going to do this? So then I came up with the idea of groups, which allows you to then effectively create your own choose your own adventure. So like, let's say you have 4 groups, and at the start of the generation, it'll pick one of the groups, one of the routes to go down. And then inside the group, you have all of the other randomization associated with stems that aren't in that group.
So a music person could look at that image and be kind of comfortable with it, because that's kind of similar to software they already use a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Are they able to inscribe and everything? That's the goal from there.
Yep. So then it'll be effectively push button where we inscribe all of your stems for you. We take all those inscription IDs and build your JSON for you, and then all of a sudden you inscribe the beat block and you made a beat block. And then we'll be able to then do a launch pad, so then artists can come create the beat block. They'll have their own profile on the website, be able to make their songs, and then inscribe their NFT and launch whatever it is they want using all of our shit front to back.
Yep. Yeah. Imagine Kanye not doing a meme coin and just doing a generative piece. Like we have people like French Montana, we have like Ghostface. There's people that and others that are like actually highly interested. Somehow we got on their radar and they're like, dude, I want, because we've been in the, like we mentioned, like back when there's stuff like async and like, hey, I was talking to my buddy Andy. I was like, dude, let's put some music on. He's like, dude, Ethereum, what's that? Now I'm talking to him. He's like, oh, we can put it on Bitcoin. And like, just to the average person, the same Ordinals effect all over again. But now let's bring that conversation to music. Like it's really exciting. It's a whole new demographic, a whole new group of people, and a whole new industry that really hasn't been exposed or like really like explored this. So like, we're really hoping that we're going to make it as easy as possible through the platform and through all the code that we've inscribed. You know, naturally it's open source, it's inscribed, but we're going to take it a step further and build an interface. Like you said, dude, you made a good point. Like, does this make sense to musicians? And I'm sure half the things we've said like might not make sense to even the average Ordinal person because it's very industry specific, but that's what makes us uniquely, like, it's for musicians by musicians, which is really cool. It's not like software developers trying to be like, hey, here's this, like, hope it works. Like,
it's not a force. It's not, you're not trying to force like these two industries together because you guys have the music background. It's naturally like occurring. And so I agree. I think like if you have a marketplace with this, it's going to be something that could really flow. And then once people really get good at composing and using your tool, you're going to start hearing some very unique to their style stuff that comes out of this. And it's another stream of income for them, right? Like you said, they're trying to survive and get big. It's a very small percentage of people that hit on Spotify, you know, but like so this is something that could be like their asset blows up because it's so crazy. They get more attention, you know, that way. So, I mean, I love it. I love it.
Dude, and then wait. And then the other thing too is you don't necessarily need to be linking music NFTs. This protocol fits into recursive games. It fits into any art you want. So now you can have full-length songs that are permanently generating, like will never stop playing until someone closes the browser. That's paired with a piece of art. You know, we also expose the audio context so that you can take a P5 visualization and hook it into the beat block. Yeah. And then on top of that, games. I mean, imagine being able to play a recursive game where, you know, I thought the Pizza Pet shit was cool. That song killed me, dude. That shit was the worst. No, as soon as that shit loaded up, I'd be going quick to mute it because it sounds so bad. You could just literally put a high quality 320 kilobit stereo generation that's playing in perpetuity as long as that is open.
Yeah, one of our community members says memetics. He says he's on the whitelist.
What's the whitelist? What's that about?
Oh, bro.
It's a list. It's white.
Is it white? Because you can't see. I don't think you can see it. I mean, what do you,
With beat
how
blocks,
you
you can
guys
see it.
No, check your did you let's fucking add you up, G. Live time. Send your taproot. But no, yeah, the whitelist is basically people that we've met along the way. We've been in Ordinals for quite some time, and like, you know, we've met like really, really cool people, and you know, we wanted to share that with other communities. They ran some giveaways, but mainly just like it's a small collection of 808, and like you know, I'm not gonna say much, but like we're just gonna keep adding to this stuff, and like we just wanted to get a good core group of people and homies to kind of like rock with the smaller collection, because we're not out here like dropping 10Ks at crazy evaluation. Like some of the prices of collections these days is crazy. But
0.2 is not good. You don't think 0.2 is good?
I mean, the idea behind this shit is to like make a new medium.
Yeah.
For everybody. Like, let's have fun. Let's bring the culture back.
Is there any way we can put a podcast on there? If we did a podcast with someone really big and we wanted to inscribe that into Bitcoin Forever, could we use beat blocks for that?
Technically, but
absolutely. You totally could. Yeah, you totally could. You totally could. Yeah.
Don't tell Halfbanger he can't do anything.
I will put your podcast on chain 100%.
Yeah, no, you could put anything on chain. Like the one thing that why this works is music is repetitive. A podcast is not repetitive, right? It would be a bad. You could put the intro to your song. Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
But okay, I guess.
Remember, Bitcoin Party Boy.
With nipples. Bitcoin... I have nipples. You can milk me.
I can milk the Bitcoin Party Boy track, dude. That's like you could have kept listening. That's the full party and bullshit acapella front to back.
Yeah,
you can play it.
It would just be
right.
Expensive.
It was.
It would just be expensive.
Well, let me ask
not
you,
bad.
How do you get the flow on there? Like, how do you get Biggie's like entire thing? Wouldn't that file be too big?
It's an acapella. You split it up. Yeah, you break it up, and with the protocol, you'd be very prescriptive with what's being played at any one time. You don't ever. It doesn't need to generate at all. It generates itself when it plays, but it doesn't need to be random and chained and all that stuff.
Well, I mean,
it can play front to back.
I've heard audio recursion that was chopped up, like I want to say like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, but it didn't sound as smooth as what.
Shout out Jim BTC. Let's take this moment. Like what we're doing, we're not the first people to put music on. Like Skrilla inscribed super early. Jim BTC made a really cool DAW. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But
Tiny Vikings. Those dudes helped us out a bunch.
Playlist.
Lars,
they helped us with the offline thing. So shout out to everyone working on music. Violetta, everyone, she's put a song on. But like, if you're a musician and you want to go put a song through what Jim BTC made, you have to write your music in his DAW. It's all online. It's, you know, you can't really express. Musicians want their own tools. I want my own synth. I want my own, you know, I want my own artistic, what I'm used to writing music. And that's why this approach is a bit different, is you can write your music, you can record it, a guitar, Ableton, go record your music the best way, the way you know how, and then come to Bitcoin with your audio files. Instead of writing it in someone's DAW or doing it this way, this is why our approach different, like, is it meets the musicians where they're at, rather than being like, hey, musicians, come conform to us because you want to get your music on Bitcoin. We're saying, hey, no, man, we know the process of writing music. Like it's a to each their own, you know. Some people fucking can bang on some fucking trash cans and somehow it sounds cool, but other people need like a lot of their own tools. And that's why we built this. We built this to scratch our own itch. We're like, you know, what Jim BTC did was dope, but like I couldn't put swing on my drums. I couldn't put the things that I needed. I couldn't express myself the way I wanted my music to sound. So we went about it in a different way. But to Hat's point, he's completely correct. You can put anything on chain. It just comes down to the price and like, you know, but that's why we took these extra steps, is to make it not cost prohibitive and make it available and take these extra weird, maybe they're unneeded, but I believe, you know, artists that want to put it on chain, they shouldn't have to pay $20,000. There was an inscription today for an MP3. They paid $2,300 to get it on chain.
We paid like $2,300 to get all of like 150, 160 stems on chain, and
the whole library, everything.
It's like,
that's crazy.
It's like billions of different versions of these two tracks.
Yeah.
So that's what we're solving for here.
Yeah. Well, I think you said it perfectly, Bunzi. You want to meet the artists where they are, and that's how you get adoption. And like, but everybody that kind of paved the way before, you gotta give them their respect, all that. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, for people to come over and actually participate with us, we got to meet them and make it easy for them. Because at the end of the day, you didn't get like, you know, freaking people looking at their iPhone all day, you know, with TikTok or whatever. They didn't know how that shit was made. They didn't care. They didn't know how the application was made. All that. They just want to be able to use it and enjoy it. And that's what I think you guys are doing. Am I right?
Yeah. It's still very technical. We're still in Ordinal's niche regardless. So like this is very niche. But like where I want to get to a point and work and continue to make a song that transcends Bitcoin, where people like, you know, listen to it and then they realize and then they follow, because music has a deep history of people like the history of an artist, where they came from, where they wrote it, like, and for it to lead all the way back to Bitcoin and for them to be like, dude, this is like our goal. I would just love this to be the new peer-to-peer Napster, where people go here, especially artists that remix, because that's like some of the dopest shit. You hear it in the clubs all the time. You can't find it on Spotify. YouTube takes it down. But like, let's get these mixes and edits on Bitcoin. No one can take it down. It's just for listeners to enjoy. And it's a cool use case of a decentralized network. That's what Napster was. It was peer-to-peer sharing, and we're bringing this back in a new way. And the generative piece, one last thing I kind of want to like tap on for musicians listening is like, you know, when you're writing a song, like there's a lot of decisions that go into it, and you're like, yo, I recorded this intro. Wait, what about this one? Maybe this one. I don't know. Now they don't have to choose just one. You can write intro 1, intro 2, intro 3, and then the generative piece can give these different variations to your fans. And so now you're just like, dude, my whole idea is out there, and I didn't have to like pick the final version. I just put all my ideas of like the verses, the choruses, all of them. And now it's being generated for each person in a unique way. And that's a cool, intimate thing. If you think about it, from artist to fan, it's like everyone has their own version. And you know, there is a finite amount of them, like with vinyl and all these things. I still collect vinyl. Like, you know, that's something I love it. And like, I think for people that collect vinyl, this will be the first group that really gets this. They'll be like, yes. And then hopefully it continues to grow and grow. But if you like a musician and you find yourself buying their vinyl and like really enjoying the collectible side of it, and if that's who I think the first round of people that really are going to fuck with this, and then the next round, like, bro, imagine your favorite artist doesn't drop a meme coin, they drop a generative collection around their single, and now that goes parabolic. Like, dude, think about just fucking like meme coin with music attached to it. Like, there's a lot of ways that this goes, and we're excited to have everything out in the open. Just like Laser Eyes, fully open source. If you have an idea, come build it. If you need our help, hit us up. But we're not going to bottleneck or gatekeep anyone. If you have a better idea, use our libraries, because this is like, we need more people using Bitcoin and ordinals. Like, we need more people. So people with all this competition, this is the only one. Like, this is just our rendition of it. But like, do whatever you like. We just want to encourage more people to come build, specifically artists and musicians, because Bitcoin, the biggest value prop to me is just the data storage right now. Like fungibles and DeFi, all of that will get there. But right now is like provenance and immutable data being stored on Bitcoin, and now bringing music in an effective, efficient way is really exciting. So like, yeah, I mean, it's been fucking a long. We've been tinkering with this for months. So it's just like the Genesis collection is it's dope. Like we wrote music with Skrilla, like that to me, like I've always admired and like looked up to Skrilla, and like being able to work on this protocol with him, and like it's just a really cool passion project that's turned into something that's like the last decade of our lives, full circle, from music to coding to Bitcoin to this to art to so yeah, for people that have been supporting it, it's been fucking amazing to see. And like this is literally the first block, the first Genesis beat block, and there's just so much more we can do. And I'm excited because musicians are crazy motherfuckers, dude. They're really creative weirdos, and like people are gonna do crazier shit than this. You know, it's like it's gonna get really cool. It's gonna get really interesting.
Yeah, man, it's sound phenomenal what you guys are building. It's really cool. And for someone like me, I'm not someone who creates music. Never thought about it. Probably never will. But like the beat block playlist is awesome because there is songs on Bitcoin blockchain, but I don't want to go to Ordinal to play them, right? So that's another thing that you guys are kind of bringing. You guys are bringing this beat block playlist that I can just grab songs and play them on the go from my phone or wherever, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be sweet too to allow you to make your own playlist, right? So you have your own Explorer, you add your own skin, maybe like a Pikachu skin or like a whatever. And we just start releasing skins. You come make a profile on the website, and then you could literally take your Explorer or your playlist effectively, and you go to a party and you could pull it up and it will play your playlist, and every time it plays, it would be generative, so it would be
awesome.
Gotcha. That's so cool.
That's where I like maybe next year at the East Denver house, if you guys have one, just use beat blocks. Use beat blocks, man. You know what I'm saying? And start like blasting the whole time.
Well, ideally, the protocol, the way that it works, you should theoretically be able to DJ on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So,
and dude, Shizzy, you say you don't make music, but dude, imagine you just have all the fucking tools, all the song, everything in the same key, bro. You're just clicking and making your own remix, dude. Like once the playground goes out, bro, everyone, it's like, it's not an AI moment. You can use AI to generate stems, but now you can curate and create your own arrangement of a song because you have all the fucking pieces. Like you can take, like, imagine fucking Playboi Carti releases his album, but does it in a beat block format. Dude, you have his drum loops, you have his vocals, you have this, and you're just like, well, what if I heard it like this? And now you can just click around and rearrange. And because like music is like, as long as you're in the right key and the right tempo, bro, you can shuffle the shit out of it. And that's where the dopest remix come out of. And that's how this protocol is designed, is to get these things aligned. And once we get time stretching and pitch correction, now shit gets crazy, because now you can be like, yo, here's a Michael Jackson vocal on some trap drums. It will time correct it, pitch it, and then you just got this. Now everyone with an idea is not hindered by having to have a DAW, because the music, like, Hath really highlighted this for me because I didn't know how strong it was, but the browser is insanely good at handling audio. It's fucking like, it's phenomenal. Like there's all types of effects. There's like reverb, mass, like the browser itself, because that's where all of YouTube uses, like all of these playback audio, it's all coming through the browser, and you can do a lot of effects on it. And like, all I'm getting at is like, this could be just the beginning, because there's next steps that could be so exciting, is like, because everything's zeros and ones, right? So imagine in Ableton, you write a synth, it exports the JSON. Now you have this synth inscribed, and then you're just playing it MIDI and recording your songs MIDI, and you're not even dealing with audio files. I don't know if I'll elaborate more on that at a later time, but like, dude, it can get really interesting. And like, this is literally the first version, because like, yeah, it gets
I was
pretty
I was
nuts.
just gonna say, like, you can save time, you can save money, because it seems like, right? Because you're doing all the mastering through this application and
Mhm.
stuff like that, and then accessibility. But man, it's been crazy, crazy, definitely crazy episode with you guys. Go ahead, Shizzy.
Yeah, I got a few more things real quick. So basically, if Lil Jon came in and did a yeah in one of the songs on the beat blocks, that yeah is now forever can be used in Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't think of it like that. So you potentially anyone who creates music on beat blocks, you can be chopped and screwed and taken and forever and create different. I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I got that
Yeah.
part.
And then
And the next thing,
one of the main parts here too is that I'm pretty sure every NFT project that's trying to do the music thing is all falling off because their data storage is on a decentralized storage solution like IPFS. And as soon as someone stops paying the IPFS bill, their music NFTs break.
Yeah.
This shit is fucking here forever. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's so magical that how that works though. Like you'd have to
Mhm.
shut down every single node for it to go down.
So one of the things that I like brought this up with Jared one time, doing like a bump.fun, and you get people that bring like, imagine like doing a full Taylor Swift album, doing every one of her songs and seeing how pissed off the whole music industry would be. What are you gonna do? It's on there.
You can't stop Napster on Bitcoin, right? It's just not possible if that was the case. Bitcoin's become a cloud now. Bitcoin has become an AWS rival. It's become the ultimate decentralized platform. It's become bigger than I think what Satoshi ever thought, which is absolutely amazing. But I want to talk about your what you guys have going on April 3rd here, which is tomorrow, which is what's a Thursday, right?
Yep.
Could you guys talk about this a little bit? Beat Blocks Genesis dropping April 3rd on Magic Eden, supply 808, whitelist is 0.0012, the public is 0.0015. The first collection utilizing Beatbox protocol built for musicians to release fully on-chain music directly on Bitcoin.
Yeah, so this is basically through why we got so nerdy and all these edge cases is we've written we use the protocol, like we didn't just build it for other people. We went through the whole iteration and we wrote music, me, myself, Skrilla, and shout out Shower Shoes. He doesn't have a Twitter, he's more behind the scenes. He's written music for like Benny the Butcher, and he's more tied into the IRL music scene. And it's basically our music, it's artistic expression of us using the protocol. And what we also hope it does is it acts as a template for people to see how we used it, because it's going to be on chain, so people can reverse engineer it. We can put it in our docs to be like, hey, if you want to achieve this, this is how it's done. And yeah, this is the Genesis collection of what it looks like to write music, put it on chain, and to release it with the Beat Blocks protocol. So yeah, this is hype. I mean, if you like Skrilla's music, and there's also some really cool mimetic like scratches for like the pups. Yeah, there's a lot of Easter eggs in it, and yeah, it's just that it's an art project, but you better believe that there's going to be some cool stuff. But
it's an art project, but dude, this is a protocol. I mean, we made a new medium for everyone.
Love it. If you guys make that hat, I will buy that in like 10 seconds. I don't care. Absolutely fire, bro.
Yeah,
that's a dope logo. I mean, it's simple, but it's just dope because it's Bitcoin, obviously, and then the 8.
That's young J-Rock right there. Dropping.
Yeah,
I remember when you pulled that out. I was like, sure.
Yeah, we were just like, we were like, oh, we need some. It would like just like anything, like stuff that's made quickly is usually just not like, there wasn't much thought. We've just been like, that's what's cool about this. I've worked on projects that get so stressful, and so you're like, what is this about? This is just like, I fucking love it. Like I just love music, and like everything has just come together really naturally, and like yeah, that logo was made in like fucking 2 minutes, like a minute, dude. It was
sometimes
just
that's the best work.
Yeah,
like not thinking too much about it.
Exactly, that's what I was getting at. But yeah, bro, I got you. That's actually a cool idea. Vegas, bro. Let's get those lids. That would be And no, for Shizzy, yeah.
Dude,
Like,
I'll rock one on the show every day. If you give me
Bro.
that hat, bro, I'll rock it every day.
bro, no. And shout out you guys. You guys like fucking pull up every day, ask the good questions. I always check you guys out because a lot of people just like these spaces, and I mean, even this, if we're being real with ourselves, it's a little bit of a circle jerk, and it's like, oh, that's amazing. No, but you guys ask some tough questions. I'm like, yeah, that was sick. So shout out you guys for like keeping it real and like doing the good work.
How do you do that, Shizzy? I've been like
it's not easy.
And I see you always go, you're like, just a few, 1 second. Come back to the heavy hitter, and it's just like, what is he looking at over there?
Yeah, I don't know. I appreciate you guys though, man. Thank you guys so much. What you guys are doing for the space too, man. I mean, open source and everything. I mean,
you didn't have to do that.
We're building a business here, and I'm not open source shit. Like I'm trying to get rich, guys. I'm sorry. I love people that watch, and would definitely want to give back as much as we possibly can. But what you guys are doing is just, I mean, it's definitely the work of people who actually love Bitcoin and love everything that comes with music and stuff. It's really awesome to see.
No, I appreciate you highlighting that, and that's what interests us from the beginning. And don't get it; it's not easy, but it's we feel like it's the right thing to do, and it's like and it's better that way. Like I don't know, it just feels like we're definitely not the only ones. There's a lot of other really great open source developers, but we want this space to grow, and it takes some projects like that to do it, and yeah. So I appreciate you shouting that out though.
Amen.
Definitely.
Well, it's been absolutely amazing, guys. I love to give you guys one last time to kind of talk to the audience. Any last minute fire?
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this and it's live, feel free to hit us up. We'll whitelist you if you guys support the show. I mean, the OnChain Revolution, like this show has some really dope people. So if you tune into this, either DM me or anyone that's on the screen right now, and let us know that you tuned in. And yeah, fucking, and yeah, if check out the docs, read the site if you like it, if you hate it, if you want us to change something, if you think it's fucking.
Go to the very bottom. Dive in.
Yeah.
Dive in.
Dive into the docs. Yeah. Give it a shot. Like read it. I mean. Yep. FUD us, I don't know, do whatever.
But please,
yeah, like we want to make this as best as it can be, and as because dude, imagine we get I know this. I'm not a big fan of Kanye, but it's like seems like the only musician people in Web3 know. But dude, there's a world where like, dude, Kanye does release his music on Bitcoin, like. That is a big deal. Like
Grammatic, bro. Medium Grammatic would tear it apart, bro. Grammatic, you're listening. Hit me up. I hit you up sometimes on Twitter by liking your posts, but I'm about to DM you. Bucks.
Yeah. No, but appreciate you guys, and yeah. Shout out Hathbanger's wife.
Shout out Hathbanger's wife.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Right now.
She's not going on. No,
and it's yeah.
Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. Amazing.
And it's Hath's birthday tomorrow.
Yo.
Oh, happy birthday, bro.
Yeah.
So guys, you heard that. You want to give back to these guys, go mint one of these things, man. Go get April 3rd. You guys have a time?
11 a.m. Eastern is the whitelist, and then like 2 hours after that it goes public. I'm pretty sure what the Magic Eating guys said. But dude, April 3rd. 11, yeah, some shit like that. And yeah, I'm excited for people to hear the quality of it, and help out other artists. So if you're a musician, want to get your music on chain, surprisingly, a lot of people, like a lot more producers in Web3, like a lot of developers are strangely producers. It goes two ways. Like when I started getting into software, it's like a lot of people, it's like the combination of language and math, which music is, and what coding is. So like there's this really interesting crossover. But hit us up, and if we don't get it back right away, like it's kind of just been a little bit crazy but we want to help people get music on chain, because like this is a cool moment. It's the bear, like, but we're not gonna stop just because people think that sentiment's down. It's like, dude, get your music on chain now while the mempool's low. Like,
Bear's great for that. Hey,
yeah, it's amazing, bro. Like, if you like have an album, if you have work that you think that should exist beyond your lineage, I don't know, fucking forever, like 1-2 sats per V byte right now is amazing time to start inscribing your shit. So
the mempool is
100%.
picking up right now.
100%.
I have a script I'm waiting on right now, and I just got thrown into the third block.
I hate when that happens.
I'm about to get thrown in the fourth block, dude. God damn it.
To your point, Bunzi, like, market sentiment shouldn't matter, in my opinion. Obviously, the mempool and how much it costs, but I'm talking about overall for something like this, because this is like just moving society forward type of situation, you know, like new way of doing shit, new way of creating stuff. But man, what an amazing episode. We appreciate both of you guys. Hopefully we see you guys in Vegas. I know
no doubt. Bro, we're cooking some shit. Yeah, we'll be, I think we'll disclose it at a later time, but we got
sounds good.
Some Skrilla's cooking with the Bitcoin Magazine team on some shit, and then we're cooking with Trio. We're gonna be doing some DJing and some stuff at what's his name? Fucking Mike Tyson's mansion.
What?
Yeah, so bro,
does he still have that tiger? Maybe
we're about to find out, dude. We're about to go full fucking hangover and just really see what's up. But yeah, so yeah, and then Shizzy, actually, I think you're onto something. I think we got to get those hats. So yeah, I'll definitely be lacing you. We'll bring them to Vegas. Are you guys gonna be there?
Yeah,
we'll see.
What do you mean? That's not what the fuck.
I'll be there because my close friend lives there anyways. But like, I'm gonna be there, like, you know, doing our thing. Shizzy might. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania. That's a long
dude.
ride
Flights
for me,
to
so.
Vegas. I swear they like pay you to go to Vegas. They're just like, come on.
These days.
All right, geez. Well, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you guys jumping on with us, and we'll definitely talk soon. And it's definitely a blast.
I'm actually gonna chop this up and I'll send it to you guys. I'll tag you in it. It'll be its own video.
Amazing.
So well, yeah, we'll send it to you guys. You guys can put it out on your channel as well. Whatever you guys want to do. And then yeah, we'll definitely put it out as its own video on all of our platforms.
Fuck yeah. Much love, fellas.
All right, fellas. We'll talk soon.
Peace.
Bye, boys.
See you, bud. Absolutely amazing as always, man. That was fun. I love these type of interviews where it's just fun. It feels like you're hanging out with your boys. It's really chill. I hope you guys all like that, because I definitely would love to do more content like that. But thank you all, 211 you guys, for watching, man. Appreciate it.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it definitely was fun. Like, Hath coming in with that energy, and then Bunzi, we know how he is, you know, definitely passionate about it all. But we appreciate all of you guys, you know, 211 of y'all watching us, and then the extras on Rumble and Abstract as well. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. And also without our partners, we couldn't do it. So if you could check our partners out, we greatly appreciate it. Emblem Vault is the interoperability tool for Bitcoin ordinals. You're going to be able to jump your ordinals from Bitcoin to Merlin, Bitcoin Layer 2, to Abstract, to Base, to Arbitrum, and eventually Solana too. And wherever chains are wanting ordinals, which I think eventually a lot of them will. But you're also going to be able to utilize their Agent Hustle, their AI tool, to help you do that. It's going to be really cool. And then don't forget, they have a Rune TGE coming up in September. You can participate in that kind of in a pre-sale environment on OpenSea. If you search Emblem Vault founder keys, you can actually purchase them as ERC 721s. And then once the TGE comes, you can get your runes into your Bitcoin wallet during that day in September. You can learn about all this at emblem.vision. And BetBTC is the predictions marketplace of the Bitcoin ecosystem. All you need is a Bitcoin wallet, some Bitcoin, and 6 Bitcoin blocks, and you can start placing your bets right away. They have their hyper blitz markets that are 10 minutes. That gives you 10 minutes to choose if you want Bitcoin, BNB, or Solana to go up or down, and then wait 10 minutes to see if you won or lost, and you get paid out immediately if you won. So super fun there, and they have a lot of features coming up very soon, guys. So stay tuned. You can learn more about all this at betbtc.win. And Artura Finance, we talked about them earlier with the guys from the team. And they are going to be launching on Hemi Bitcoin Layer 2 testnet, which is backed by Binance. And it's going to be exciting once they go to their mainnet, because you're going to be able to trade Bitcoin synthetic tokens like Ordi, Sats, Dogger to the Moon, as well as popular tokens outside of the ecosystem like XRP and Tau. But stay tuned this week, as we're going to be doing a pre-recorded session with some experienced traders, have some fun, get really degenerate, and force ourselves to take 150x longs against each other. And you could learn a lot from that, because we're going to try to ask some questions of why they did this and that. But you can learn about Artura at artura.finance. And Fluid Tokens, the first to offer retail staking vaults on Bitcoin Layer 1. Really big moment once they were offering that to you guys. But shout out to the Pep Odins and Sparks team for actually migrating their Odin runes back to Bitcoin Layer 1. And so their communities were able to stake. I believe the Pep Odins is still open for a couple more days, so you can get in there if you hold Pep Odins. But if you are a creator of maybe Ordinal project or runes collection, and you have an established community, then head over to their Discord and ask them how to get set up a staking vault for your community. They'll set you up. And if you have any questions, go over to their Discord, because they answer your questions right away. But you can learn more about Fluid Tokens at fluidtokens.com. And Merlin Chain is the #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you are a builder on Bitcoin Layer 1 and you would like your protocol to be a bit more seamless and quick and efficient, you can actually build on Merlin Chain. They're going to have a lot of new teams coming. We know a couple really exciting stuff coming to Merlin Chain, guys. Also, if you're a retail user and you want to swap for Doggo to the Moon, you can do so at merlinswap.org, as they have a strong liquidity pool there. And don't forget, if you want to participate in helping secure the chain, you can stake your Merlin tokens to earn 15% APR, which is a really good rate in my opinion. And then they're going to be adding Bitcoin as well to secure the chain. And we'll let you know once that information comes out in terms of details for that. And lastly, don't forget about our integrated partners and Foxy AI building the metaverse on Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and their first-person shooter game called Cypher Striker, which everybody can play. We'll let you know the next time we live stream it. It's not going to be today, though, but we'll give you a heads up. And all you need is a Bitcoin wallet or one of their acceptable wallets. I think they accept Phantom and MetaMask as well. And you can participate. It's really fun. And we do it typically on Tuesday afternoons. And Ordinal Hive is the Ordinal aggregator marketplace for Bitcoin Layer 1 and Layer 2s. The cheapest ordinals around will be on Ordinal Hive. And don't forget, they also have trader tools like live mempool insights. And they have a lot of features that are coming, but I'll hold off on those until they officially announce them. But we get to meet with those guys frequently, and there's big stuff coming. We thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job, man. As always, I want to hit up my boy Kai Effect real quickly with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Kai Effect, man. You're absolutely legendary. Appreciate you. And then Mo Chain is in the chat as well. He said, in sum up, ICB tech spinning in the back. Yeah, maybe. But thank you guys. Really appreciate it. If you guys wouldn't mind checking out OnChainRevolution.io. It's some of the best articles dating all the way back to 2023. If you guys know someone just entering the space, please send them our website. We really feel you can help them get started and call up to where we are today. If you guys need a VPN, we have the #1 VPN, guys. It is Nord. It's in my opinion, of course, but I've been using Nord now for a long time. I definitely play with other ones. There is free ones out there, but if you're okay with paying $3 a month like I am, I locked it in for the whole year. Don't worry about it no more. But I have my security and my privacy, and I think everyone should have that. And get Nord and get it to our link here. That'll definitely help the show as well. And if you're going to Bitcoin 2025, to go hang out with Bunzi and those guys, right? He's going to be DJing probably. It's probably going to be nuts. But guys, do not wait until May to get your tickets. Get them as soon as possible. Use our link here. It definitely helps the show, and it definitely helps you not to pay triple the amount in May. So get them as soon as possible. If you guys need merch for that event or any event, we have all the merch here. All you got to do is click our store tab. That'll take you to our store there, all done through a third party. We don't get your name, your address, none of that stuff. It's all done through the third party. But definitely check out anything. And if you want anything added to our store, just let us know. If you want a shirt or a hat with your logo on or whatever, just let us know. We can pretty much add anything to the store here, and we can do that for you guys. We much appreciate it. Checking out OnChain Revolution.io. And if you guys want to tune in every single day, We are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. Until tomorrow.
Peace.
OnChain Revolution. Market recap. You're not bullshit, no. You're not bullshit, no. Look at the price go. Bitcoin control. Why you still coping? Price action, don't fall for bear tracks. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. I can take profit right now. OnChain is where I be now. You can never look back. I don't want you to know. How did the market react? Fire and greed, gotta adapt. Now we managing the tokens and engines on network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies and savages. You know how crazy we are. Chain of track, main of track. OnChain.